I, I feel like this is a rite of passage to move past this situation is to roast myself. Um, the wife took the kids out selling Girl Scout cookies today, and I was like, "Hey, I got some time. I got some time. I can do this. I can do this." So ideally, what I want to do is go through all the videos of everything and cover it all, but that's not realistically feasible. I mean, let's be honest. There's so much content, but there is a few things I want to go over and kind of take it from there. We'll see how the stream goes, and it's a Kirkland Signature, Cody. Kirkland Signature boxed wine, which I highly recommend. In California, it's like $12 for the equivalent of 4 bottles in one box. And I don't care what anyone says. Kirkland Signature Costco boxed wine can hold its own against any wine out there. I don't care it's boxed. What's up, Alfred? Before I even start going through this, let me say hi to everyone over in the chat. Let me see. We got Retro Complex. Hello, hello. Serapio, hello. Alfred, Gaming Off the Grid. Gaming Off the Grid is amazing, by the way, guys. Their vodka is amazing too. Yeah, not Gaming Off the Grid's vodka. They don't, as far as I know, they don't make vodka. But Kirkland Signature vodka. Kirkland Signature everything. I am a Costco whore. Hey, Soggy Pretzel, my favorite. Well, I won't even go there because I'd hate to cause any drama. But hi, Soggy Pretzel. Big Family Gaming. Hello again. Let me see. I miss anyone? Sims. Juan Castillo. Hey, Juan. How you doing, buddy? Civic Minded. Don't worry, brother. Hopefully we can band together and get an Amico documentary going. Dude, this would be, depending on where it goes, a fantastic documentary. I would watch the hell out of it, if done right. I should hit up Jonah Toulis, the guy that did the GameStop directory with me. And be like, hey, got another story for you. I know he's super busy, but... Simon, the Hot Tub Mafia is here. ZZ the One, welcome. Thank you for the subscription. Panda Sub, hey, look at you. You live streaming Goose. That's me. I had a hell of a time getting the stream started. I haven't streamed for so long that my OBS was like 5 versions out of date. And it kept saying I had an error when I kept going live, and I'm like, the fuck's the error here? Like, everything's set up perfectly, and it's like, your drivers are out of date. I'm like, the hell they are. So like an hour later, because I've literally been sitting at the computer trying to figure out how to turn this live stream on for like an hour or more. And I just was like, oh wait, the version's way out of date. Let me re-download a new version of OBS and see if that works. And I just went live, and I'm like, all right, that was the problem. We figured it out. Reyes World, what's going on? Serapio, you mentioned another Jimmy Squeeze is going to happen at some point. Is it true? Should I buy any stock now? Oh, geez. Serapio, I have been getting my ass kicked in the markets. I've been getting my ass kicked investing in Intellivision. I've been getting my ass kicked investing in crypto. I've been getting my ass kicked everywhere I throw money. It's just gone. So don't listen to anything I say right now. Don't listen to what anyone says. A lot of it has to do with just the randomness of Russia, Ukraine. For some reason, that affects the U.S. economy. Like, I get it should, but to the degree it's affecting it is a little bit out of whack. The Amico situation is so crazy. It's hard to imagine a documentary not happening. No, I agree. Which is hysterical, seeing as the movie I was just in for GameStop just came out of movie theaters, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it already, it is available on all streaming platforms that you can purchase, like not Netflix or Hulu yet, but Apple TV, Amazon, Google. You can rent it for, I think it's $6.99, or buy it for $15 USD. I don't know about anywhere else, but it is available now if you want to check it out. And hashtag not sponsored, because I don't see any money from that. I was in the documentary. They did not pay me anything, nor do I see any of the proceeds for it. So pirate it for all I care. But definitely watch it. Like, it's a fantastic documentary. Last stream I remember you doing was Mario 3D. Oh God, that takes me back. Cody, here's the thing, man. I genuinely would love to stream more. I really, really, really would love to stream more. But I was actually talking to Gaming Off the Grid the other day, and I was like, "This is like my family room. That's my, I think 84-inch TV or 82.5-inch TV. This is where the family hangs out. It's not really an ideal area to live stream, so I need to like move my computer somewhere else in the house and figure out connecting the internet there because the Wi-Fi is so far away from it, and it's a mess. Let's put it that way. So having kids and a life and trying to balance the everyday life with online drama it's a lot. It's a lot. So I wish, like I said, I wish I could stream more, guys, and I'm going to make a concerted effort to do so. Robert Rodriguez, what's up? Just curious, what were the terms in your investment deal with Amico? High level, how were you expecting? Here's the thing. It was, and this is just from the heart, genuine response to my expectations with the investment. And I know I'll say this and people will be like, oh, BS. Of course, I'd love to make money off of it. That's always the reason people invest. But my main motivation was I felt the connection with Tommy, and I felt like the Amico was close to getting done. That was like, I don't know, a year and a half ago, maybe more, when I did that. What's up, Brett Weiss? And thank you for the kind words, man. And I was like, okay, like I feel like they're close to getting this thing out, and finances are always a challenge, especially with a startup. Even though Intellivision's been around forever, this is by all accounts a startup right now. So I was like, oh, let me do what I can to help out, because I enjoyed my time playing it. I felt like it had a potential to find an audience at the price point that it was at back then. And the games I played were mostly complete. I know there's a lot of people that keep saying, oh, there's a lot that wasn't done on it, and that's why this is all a scam. And I'm like, it's not a scam. It's not. Or at least it wasn't. I don't know what it is now. But it wasn't a scam back when I invested in it. This was a legitimate company with legitimate people working terribly hard on getting this thing out the door. Like, it was a passion project. The people that worked there were genuinely good people that wanted to see this thing through. What's up, Bullcraft? Real Levon, how's it going? Thank you so much for your reaction videos, buddy. I love them. I think I personally appreciate it because watching someone else do a reaction to my video is really helpful to my own self-reflection on how I hit the mark or miss the mark with the audience that's listening to it, and if the point that I'm trying to get across actually hits home. And you've been doing a really good job with covering those, so I really appreciate it, man. Seriously, thank you. Yeah, Gaming Off the Grid, guys, they are trying to currently play a 2-player Contra Hardcore no death run. Contra Hardcore co-op no death run, where neither one of them die the whole time. Contra, like, that's fantastic. And they told me the other day they both got no death runs individually, but the other one died during 2 different runs, so if they stitch them together, they'd be able to do it. And yeah, I'm happy for you guys, man. I can't wait till that glorious day, because you know it's coming. You know you'll be able to do it. Did I finish what I was saying about the Amico? Yeah, I mean, it's a good team there, and that's why I invested the money in it. I thought it was close to being done. And it turns out it wasn't. And I don't think that was like a nefarious thing by Tommy to be like, oh, I'm going to take money and run. No, I feel like it was more of they got screwed by trying to be greedy. And this is my own personal feelings on it, because I don't have the insight, I don't have the numbers, but this is all just putting together what I've seen. And that is that they had the ability to buy chips, and they decided to wait because they felt confident they'd be able to get them cheaper if they waited. Then the pandemic happened, and all bets were off. And even since then, everything's been to the moon. I mean, From GameStop to gas prices and everything in between. Go to the grocery store. Thank you, Crickers. Thank you for the sub. It's been a very tumultuous 8 months. I mean, for anyone who's been in the stock market, it's literally been straight down. Good luck trying to make any money in the past 8 months, because I mean, it's just throwing money away right now. The problem with the stock market is it could turn around on a dime. Like, Putin could be assassinated tomorrow or tonight, and the markets would open tomorrow 1,000 points up. Or he could change his mind and be like, hey, okay, I'm sorry. He's not going to, but I'm sorry, this isn't working out like I thought it was, and let's just not do it. Or Ukraine could submit. There's so many things that could just happen on a dime to completely change everything. So, what do they say? Don't bet on the end of the world, because it only happens once. So I think that's why I'm optimistic with the investments. Hey, what's up, Cadigan? Long time no see. Was only interested for Earthworm Jim 4. Still wish it gets developed, but very unlikely. Yeah, and for those of you who saw my Earthworm Jim 4 video, I was personally super hyped for that game. Big fan of Earthworm Jim, the games. Big fan of the cartoon. That was like one of my favorite cartoons back in the day when I was a kid. So I was really looking forward to getting back into that. And it just it wasn't meant to be, at least up to this point. Hopefully they're able to turn that around, but again, I'd be breaking some world records if I was holding my breath on any of this. So was a smart move to sell all your stock, hold on to the cash, then buy stocks once? Well, yeah, that would have been the smart move. Hindsight's 2020 when it comes to investments, though. Do you really think this comes out? I do. But watch my video from last night, and it will explain that it's not going to be coming out from Intellivision. It's going to be a different company that pushes this thing out. That's my true feelings on it. And like I said in my video, I hope I'm wrong. Hope Intellivision is able to figure something out and make some sort of deal and make some magic happen. But it would be the first time they were able to successfully do that since I started following them. It's like I said, it's been a lot of empty promises. And I feel like Phil, Tommy, John Alvarado, I feel like they all take that personally when I say that. And I'm like, prove me wrong. Like, do something. Show me that you're able to accomplish what you set out to do. And I'd be so proud of you. I'd be the biggest cheerleader in the world for you. But I can't just keep banging that drum of you guys are going to do it because you said you are, when you haven't shown you're able to the whole time throughout this entire process. And I know that makes me sound like such a dick, but it's like, that's how I feel. And I'm not going to keep submerging those feelings just to pretend everything's rainbows and butterflies, you know? Man, this is a hopping chat tonight. I'm never even gonna get to the video, guys. Let me start the video. Let me see if there's anything else. I appreciate you sharing your honest experience with Amico. I hope you don't. Thanks, ZZ the One. I appreciate that. And for the most part, the community's been very receptive to my 180 that I did. I was not gonna lie. I was pretty concerned about my image personally, because I put a lot of effort, work, and blood, sweat, and tears into my YouTube channel up to this point. And I'm basically like admitting that, one, I was really wrong, two, trusted the wrong people, and three, flipping. Like, everything I stood for just gets tossed in the trash. And it's because I was duped. I was hook, line, and sinker. I was duped. And that's, unless they can prove otherwise, again, like I said in one of my other videos, prove me wrong. I'd love to say, I guess I wasn't duped. You guys were holding true to your word the whole time through. But I can't just keep up that facade. It was exhausting. It was exhausting. You don't sound like a dick. Sound very logical. Well, Sims, it depends on who you ask. Because if you're a hardcore Amico supporter or if you work for Intellivision, I can pretty much rest assured that you think I'm a dick right now. Everyone else that is not personally attached to this project, I think it seems like a very rational take. So I think it just depends on what side of the coin you're standing on and looking at it. Doug Naple views maybe the reason why Earthworm Jim didn't get far. What happened to his future books even? He was getting them out quickly, then nothing. Yeah, he's an odd duck. That's being really nice. You know what? I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't like to... I've done it before. I think we've all fallen for it. But sometimes... I might make a video on this someday in the future too. But sometimes we listen to what people say about somebody and form our opinion on that person based off of what other people tell us to think. And I try really hard not to do that. And like I said, I still fall for it. I'm not perfect. And I've let people influence me easily. I'm not above it. But with Doug TeNapel, I heard everyone talking trash. And I heard what people were saying about him. And I'm like, okay, let me follow this guy on Twitter for a bit and see the type of person he is. And I was like, yeah, he's a little strange. He's a little bit out there. But I was like, there's nothing bad about this guy, whatever. And then I saw Stop Dropping Retro's video and listened to the podcast of him. And I'm like, holy shit, this guy is Red Flag City, run, run, run. Like, yikes. And I unfollowed him. I was like, okay, I needed to make up my mind on my own, though. And I guess it was Stop Dropping Retro that led me to the water, and I just had to drink it, you know. But everything else was people just hearsay, you know. Oh, I heard he's a racist, or I heard he said this about Hitler, or stuff like that. And I'm just like, who would do that? No way, no way. And then I heard it from him, and I'm just like, all right. That's okay. That's what I see. What's up, Hot Rod? How's it going? Darius Truxton, one of my biggest fans. Hello, hello. Shred, do you still have content? No, I do not. I have not. Since I made my coming out video about the whole situation, what was it, 2 weeks ago? Tommy has not contacted me. And... Nor did I expect him to, by the way. But full disclosure, like Tommy and I, this is why it was so hard for me. I don't think people really understand just how tight Tommy and I were. I spoke to Tommy on a daily basis most of the time. It was like pretty much daily basis. I'm not a lot, but we'd chat with each other. He'd run ideas by me. I'd give him my response, and he genuinely respected what I thought about stuff. And he said many times that the reason why he would run stuff by me is because he knew I wouldn't bullshit him. He knew I'd be straightforward with him about stuff. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about breaking the trust that we had, because from a certain light, I kind of feel like a dirtbag, because he's trusted me with a lot of stuff, and I said things to him that I basically like assured him that I would never like turn on him, and I did. And I think that's what keeps me up at night is that. And you can slice it any way you want, but it's when I was getting emotional in the video that I made, it was real. And I know, like, it's all too often on YouTube, YouTubers will be emotional on videos to get clicks and to get attention. And that video was, I mean, again, believe me or not, I don't care. This is just me saying. That video was just me coming to an awakening point of, I've been wrong this whole time, and here's why, and I feel like a dick because I'm turning on someone who I considered a close friend. Not just a friend, but somebody who I would chat with constantly, get together with from time to time, and have conversations beyond just the gaming world with. You know, it wasn't strictly just about Intellivision. It was about life and how I really genuinely feel like Tommy was a good person. But I just feel like the Amico situation is just it's kind of a black eye on his career, and I'd like to still think that, but that's why people are like, oh, you should totally expose Tommy for the horrible person he is, and I'm like, I mean, the guy's trying to sell a game system, so I get it, but at some point it's like there's a really big gray area. Thanks, Nostalgic Let's Plays, for the sub. There's a really big gray area with trying to sell a new console and then perpetuating lies just to get money from people and keep the dream and hope alive. So I think that's why it's such a... It put me in a very, like I said in that video, it put me in a very tough spot. Because I'm like, I awoke to it. I realized that I'd been kind of drinking the Kool-Aid, if you will, and then I just was like, I need to stop saying what I think people want me to say, and I need to start saying what I'm thinking, and that was the pivot. And I knew doing that was going to ironically burn a ton of bridges with people that I've gotten close with and have trusted me. And I've worried that people would not even be able to trust me again, which is a genuine concern. That was another reason that I was like hesitant to even make the video, because I'm like, once I do this, that's who I am. I'm the guy that you tell stuff to and pretends to be your friend and then turns on you just for attention. That's who I become if I do this. And I never wanted that. Thanks, Kevin. I never wanted that. I wanted to be honest with my audience. I couldn't keep faking it. And I realized the reason why I was faking it is because I invested the $10,000 into this. And that's why it was such a tough pivot, was realizing my bias and then recognizing that once I change, I'm, for better or worse, going to be known as the YouTuber that Tommy trusted and then totally stabbed him in the back. And I'm sorry that I missed the comments, guys. I've just kind of been using this as my therapy session. I don't know. I had no intention to even go here with this. I just wanted to go over the videos. As somebody who invested a lot, sometimes you see a company and think it's going to be great. We've all been duped, at least with investing. As long as you're making money, stick to beating down growth. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a hard couple of weeks, and I'm not looking for a pity party here, but it's been a hard couple of weeks. But it's also, and I'm going to try to flip this and be positive about it. I feel good about not continuing down the path of just pretending everything's okay, to try to save my brand and save face, because I'm committed to the opinion that I made. But I realized that by making the pivot, that in a weird way it kind of shows that I'm able to be real with my audience and make the right decision, or at least what I feel is the right decision, instead of living a lie. Did Tommy give me a blowjob in his Ferrari? No, he did not. No, he did not. What is your regular job? I don't like to talk about personal stuff, guys. I want to keep it to the YouTube stuff. Hello Smash, I really appreciate your honesty over the situation, from going to be an Amico defender to someone that says the truth about the Amico. Sorry for your 10k loss. Am I going to reactivate my Patreon? I don't know. I might. And the reason why would just be to piss off the haters, because F them. Why am I asking for money because of my bad decision? I don't know. Why are you watching my video? You wanted this thing to succeed. You were naturally biased for it. Anyone that puts money into something will want to do well for them. Now you realize it's basically over. Understandable. What's up, Adam? And what's up, Prince of Fallen? And yeah, I agree. And thank you. Yeah, Jedi Run. That was a good video, and unfortunately, the YouTube algorithm just buried it. That was, man, I spent like $150 on that. Australis Borealis Polaris. Thank you for the subscription. That's a mouthful. I'm watching this video because I looked at my subscription and saw your streaming. Thank you, Cool D, and thank you for your positivity. Why did Tommy step down as CEO? Here's the thing with Tommy too, with this current situation. I'm not going to go into some personal details that he told me, because he told me in confidence that he's got a lot of shit going on in his life beyond what he made public about his father. And while this is another thing where I'm just like, I feel terrible for him, but at the same time, are you supposed to just remain silent because you feel bad for a situation someone's going through, when other people could be affected and potentially hurt by investing money in something that, let's be honest, is not a great investment at this juncture? Do you just remain silent because someone says that they're going through a lot of shit right now? I mean, that's why I'm in such a rock and a hard place. That's why I got reached out by some of the people in the diehard Amico crew that wrote me off because they felt like I was stabbing Tommy in the back after he told me and us all the shit that he's going through. And my next video is basically just attacking Tommy. And I'm like, well, I mean, that doesn't lessen how I feel about what he's going through and how terrible it is. I'm really sorry for that. But I'm making a distinction and separating the business from real life and being like, the Intellivision business could F a lot of people over, and they're still actively asking for money. And that was just, it was not okay in my book, and I needed to say something. And I'm genuinely sorry for what Tommy's going through, but the videos that I was making was not, they're as mutually exclusive as they could possibly be. Darius, dude, you say stuff like that, that's how you get banned, man. Like, try just once in your life, dude. Try not to be like that, please. Do you remember the time you got... Have you and Brett Weiss ever talked about the Amico? Yeah, Brett and I are friends, good friends, I'd say. And we chat from time to time. He's a good dude. I like Brett. But anyways, let me get to playing this video, because if I don't start it now, I'm never gonna. And this just for context, this video is the reason why I wanted to do this live stream is to showcase these were my true feelings about the Intellivision Amico before Tommy and I connected. And I'm looking back at it, and ironically, I learned a lesson as a creator to keep my distance, and hopefully I follow through on this in the future, but to keep my distance with getting too close to a situation and not being able to see the forest for the trees. My initial take on the Intellivision Amico was that it would fail miserably, and I go through a litany of reasons why. So let's go through this.
Smash JT. For those of you who are familiar with the channel, you probably already know that I've gotten pretty used to trashing retro video game consoles when they try to breathe new life into them.
Is the audio mix okay right now? Before I keep going too far. I haven't done this for so long, guys.
Like what Atari is trying to do with the Atari...
Oh, that was the other thing, too, that I wanted to say. The thing that frustrated me about the Earthworm Jim situation, and I forgot to say this in my video. This is the problem when you do off-the-cuff stuff. The video's too quiet? Okay, let me turn it up. Thank you. The Earthworm Jim situation, why it really frustrated me is it was basically, and this is my opinion, I could be wrong. My opinion is, so you know, Tommy would hear this and be like, yo, Smash is a liar, but this is my opinion from what I've seen, is it's not happening. And it was a lie from the get-go. I'd like to think they had the best intentions, that they did want to make the game, but the fact that they moved forward with the trailer to showcase the Amico during E3 at the biggest time with all the eyeballs on it, just to hype people up, knowing full well that they had investment opportunities, it's just, that's dirty. It's dirty. I'm sorry. Like, it's dirty to do that. And then the thing I forgot to mention in the video is not just E3, but then people like RGT85 made videos, got hundreds of thousands of views talking about Earthworm Jim 4 and how excited he was for it. And all these other channels hyping it up, getting more excited and all this other stuff. And I'm like, it wasn't just the E3, it was the ripple effect, the residual views and attention that it gave the Amico for what amounts to, again, my opinion, a fraudulent product that was not in the works. And that isn't cool.
Yes, even though
okay, I turned it up here a little bit.
Not going to happen. But now there's another
birds.
This time it's Intellivision. Intellivision with the Intellivision Amico. And what do we think about this system? Well, it's going to do a lot of things quite differently than what we've seen in the past. And a lot of people are looking at this like it may be the Ouya Tuya. People have reached out to me and said, Jeff, we want to hear your opinion on this, what you think about it, and why we feel like it's going to be something that we should buy or not. And I guess I'll make a video on it, but I was trying my best to avoid being overly negative about the video game industry because...
See, this is the problem too, is it's so easy. Oh, I do have the hammer. It's in my garage. I should go just lean it against the couch behind me. I miss that hammer too. It's so easy to be negative because if you're negative, most likely you're right when it comes to crowdfunded startups. So that was one of the reasons why I was so against the whole Pat and Ian situation and giving them credit and hoping that they were wrong, because I'm like, that's the easy way out. I've learned it's the easy way out, just to be overly negative, because most likely you'll be right. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to use this as an opportunity to maybe look at it differently. And that's when Tommy came along and took full advantage of my thinking with that one. What's up, Grumpy?
Unfortunately, it feels like that's the direction it seems to be going. Every day that goes by, more and more companies are trying to steal money out of your pockets without getting the point across of why they're actually doing it. And what I mean by that is, who is the target audience for the device or game you're trying to sell? And in this case, the Intellivision Amico, I'm having a lot of trouble trying to figure out who that is.
Oh, you're just...
I miss the old school Smash videos. I really do.
hating on this just because that's what's trendy to do and all the other YouTubers are hating on it for the clicks, and that's why you're doing it too.
Look, to start...
I have not watched this video since I think about when I published it. I don't remember the last time I saw this video, so I'm going through it just like most of you and remembering any of it.
This off, I'm all for it to be successful. If the Intellivision Amico can somehow find a way to breathe life into the retro market and be successful, more power to it. But being someone who's a veteran of the video game industry and seeing this kind of thing happen over and over again every year that goes by, why I feel like it's not going to be successful? There's no reason for people to take the dive and buy this. And that hurts to say because I kind of want it to be something cool, but there's no need for it in the modern era. Let's talk about what this console actually comes with. And a lot of this information I'm getting from a great article written over at Reset Terra, and I'm going to link this in the description below. But for those of you who
I don't remember any of this. It's funny. So like 3 years ago.
It has optional interactive lighting.
This is the other thing that's really that really annoys me about the whole Intellivision Amico saga is this launch trailer was full of lies and deception. I mean, Tommy doesn't like those words being thrown out at him, or his company. But I mean, it was an idea. They didn't have anything back then. Tommy was pulling out of his ass answers to people about what the console was going to have or not going to have. It had an SD card slot. Then they removed it. Then it was going to have physical games, and then they changed that to RFID cards, and it was supposed to be more interactive. It's just like everything they said ended up being a complete lie. It's so annoying. What's up, BRG? Oh, Grumpy, no, your videos are amazing, dude. I can watch your videos over and over again.
Makes the console feel alive, and the controllers themselves have a 3.5-inch 3x2 touchscreen on them. 21st century 2D chip and architecture, focusing strictly on 2D tech and games. They don't want the 2D development to be hard like on the PS4 and Xbox due to them being 3D focused machines.
So I think this was a very fair video that I made because I was like, I don't think it's going to be successful, but here's what people say about it that make it potentially exciting to some people, but I still don't see it being successful.
PS4 and Xbox One or even the PS5 can't achieve because of the 2D first development focus. And that's something
not really, Hot Rod. I mean, they had a lot of firsts in the industry, but nothing that really is.
Wow.
I mean, Night Stalker, I guess.
That bullet point right there. Hundreds of millions of sprites on their dev hardware, up to 8 Bluetooth.
See, oh, let's go back for a second. Hold on. HDMI, power plug. See, we got an SD card slot to the left of the power supply. That is, I do not believe that is a part of the final console. And then we got multiple USB ports. I do not believe those are part of the finalized console either. So this is the stuff that they ingrained in people's heads about what it's going to have and getting people to invest in it. But none of this is all just a design. It's not actual reality. It's like a sketch.
Bluetooth controllers will work with the console, and you can also use a free phone app as well to control the games with your phone.
Hey, Sab. Yeah, that's a beautiful area.
E10, there will be no violent games permitted on the console.
No violent games. But then, like, Earthworm Jim with the blaster that blasts the shit out of people. Or that tank game that was using the stolen assets, blasting the shit out of each other. Or there was another one with the shooting and stuff. I'm just like, what do you mean no violent games? That's such a weird stance.
The system will be a parents want to buy type of console. And when did the quantity...
And those discs look completely different than this artist rendition here.
...take over the quality? No ports allowed on this console.
And they move the buttons so they're like shoulder buttons now. They're not on the side like volume up, volume down on a phone. Like, none of this is actually close to the final design of what the controllers were.
That's something we're going to dive into a little bit further as well. Keeping the previously announced 7 out of 10 plus requirements, I'm not really sure how they're going to be able to do that, but okay. Remaking Atari and iMac.
Sorry, Cooler D, that sucks.
To the Amico. All games will be $2.99.
So, free downloadable app controllers up to 8 players. This is something that was one of the... Oh, okay, it's going to be a party game system.
To $7.99. Download.
But then most of the games they're making
there will be
are 1 to 2 players. At least the ones that people care about.
$30 price tag on a game.
Yeah, exactly, Travis.
They will be paying developers to make games for the Amiga.
Yeah, Cody, exactly.
There will be zero financial risk for developers. Accepted pitch.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what we were waiting for. And this is back when I was against it. That's the funny thing. This is when they promised the world, and I was against it. And it only got worse from here. Like, after I flipped and was like, okay, I'll give this thing a shot, then the truth and reality started to hit. It's like, oh, the price is $2.99 to $7.99 for these games. No way, no how. Not possible, not happening. Now, it may, after bankruptcy and another company buying them out and putting them on mobile phones for freemium, or putting them in a compilation and they come down to that price if you buy like all, like whatever, 15 or 20 of them in a game cart, the average price. But if this launches in its current state with these games, no way in hell that's possible. And they've already come out and said they already came out and said that these are going to be, well, they first revised it to up to $9.99, and then they revised it again. Phil Adams said it was going to be up to, what did he say, $19.99 for like the MLB license and stuff like that. This is just funny to me because you get those games on PS5 on sale for that price. So why not just wait if that's what you want?
Will be funded by Intellivision. Costs will come from future royalties. And dev kits will be available next summer.
Let's... what? Dev kits will be available next summer. I mean, I guess they did get some dev kits out to some developers because they got like that Block Breaker Smash game from that developer, and like another developer made another game, but that was not very many dev kits that got sent out.
This console will be debuting on October 10th of 2020.
I love that I even make a joke about how long it's coming out back then. Thanks, Nostalgic. Appreciate you.
So about 2 years from the making of this video, this console is scheduled for release.
Holy crap! I did not realize. I was thinking this video was from 2019. This video was from 2018. Almost 4 years ago. Wow. Wow. Snickerfritz, I have made a couple videos about GameStop and stocks and stuff like that, but I don't love going down that road because I don't ever want to influence someone into buying something that ends up not working out for them. GameStop worked out great for me. THQ did not work out great for me. Intellivision did not work out great for me. I've made multiple investments that did not work out for me. I've made multiple that did. So, I mean, with all investments, they all have risk, and I enjoy chatting about them, but I don't ever want to be like blamed for someone doing something stupid with their money. Like I did something stupid with my money, but that's on me. You know what I mean? I feel like the world we live in right now, people are so quick to blame other people for losing their money. You jinxed it, Grumpy.
So, yeah, there's a lot to cover with this. First off, let's circle back to the whole target audience thing. That's what I keep getting caught up on. Who is this for? Because it says it's for the parents. People who want to buy something that they can play it with their kids and have some nostalgia for. But when I look at this console and myself, who is a parent and likes video games, I say, why would you limit it to just up to rated 10 games? Maybe I want to play something beyond that at some point and have some sort of system architecture in place on the software that doesn't let kids play these games unless you allow them.
I'll turn it up, thanks.
Like that. But just saying the games will be rated at a max of E10+, that really shrinks the target audience down to a very
Thanks,
casual
Polaris.
fan base. And on the topic of a casual fan base, not many people out there are going to want to drop $150 to $180.
I mean, obvious stop point right there. This is hysterical on multiple fronts. I was against the console before talking to Tommy, and I feel like I had really good reasons for being against it. I didn't want to be negative. I wanted to give it all the credit in the world. But who was this for? And even back then, I thought the price point was ridiculous for what they were trying to do. And looking back, it's like, yeah, I guess I haven't changed at all. Like, this should be $99. I think the problem with it, multiple problems, but one of the biggest problems with it was the fact that they had to focus so hard on those controllers and whatever boards that were needed to run those, and the added cost for 2 controllers on each console. It was a tall order. That's my O face for It's a Fallen.
On a console for casual gameplay. Because let's be real here, taking a step back, the casual gamers out there already have a Wii, and that can do everything they want. If they wanted to get a new age system to do even more than that, they probably already own a PS4 or, in a small minority, an Xbox One. With that taken into account,
I think that's back when the Xbox One was getting its ass kicked to the PS4. It came back, obviously, but it's just kind of like a little jab I gave to him. The controller, I hear a lot of his staff was against it. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that, Ken, but I like, personally, I've talked to the staff, and that wasn't the impression I ever got. But at the same time, like, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, just on like message boards and stuff, that's how they really feel. But I never got that impression.
Why would they want to buy an Intellivision Amico? What is it about this console that would draw them to it? Exclusive games. Pretty sure you can get exclusive games on the PS4, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch. And yes, I know, jokes aside with the Xbox One, they still have exclusives if you count the PC. My point being, most people who want to play video games already own a console. And this new console adds very little incentive to wanting to buy it and put it into your living room for party nights. You can already do Jackbox party games with your phone on any of the major publisher games.
See, this too. This is another, like, major red flag where, like, Tommy was so dead set on attacking the parents and the kids market, but I don't feel like he's actually conversed with parents or kids. Like, me being a parent and my kids, I am a huge gamer. I literally have every single system under the sun in my house. I'm sure there's like a couple. I don't have the original Intellivision, but I do have the Atari. I don't have the OLED Switch, but I have 2 regular Switches, and I want to get the OLED. I got the PS4. I got the PS1. I got 3 PS2s, PS3. Like, my point is, I have all the consoles. And I am saying, why do we need this? And my kids are like all about the games that I introduce them to, knowing that they'll love. Splatoon, Mario Kart, the new Kirby game. We just played the demo. It was amazing. The Wii Sports, and even like Horizon Zero Dawn. And my son, he's 8. He loves it. It's a little bit violent, but not too bad. But I feel like as a parent, you have a responsibility to your kids to make sure that what you're showing them, they can handle it, mentally process it, and it's not affecting them in a bad way, or they're not having like night terrors or anything like that. And that falls on the parent. And I feel like Tommy was trying to be the parent for parents that didn't want to be parents. And like that, you might get a few people for that, but that's just such a weird angle to take, because I play plenty of games with my son and my daughter to a lesser extent. But I mean, honestly, they're all about Roblox and Minecraft on their iPads. Very, very seldomly do they even want to play Switch anymore. They're all about just basic games on their iPads, which as a hardcore retro gamer fan, it frustrates me, because my son is old enough to start reading stuff, and I really want to introduce him to like the classics like Chrono Trigger and Secret of Mana and stuff like that. But he's not having it. Oh, they just got back right now, so it's about to get crazy in the house. This is why I don't stream, guys. This is why I don't stream. But he's getting to the point where he can mentally take that stuff on, and he still just doesn't want to. So I'm left as a parent just kind of waiting for the day where I can introduce him to those games and play through them with him. But in the meantime, like, he's got plenty of games that he can play. I provide all the games in the world to him because I love games myself, and I'm not gonna. I don't want to be that parent that's just like, no, you can't play games because it's not socially acceptable to play games. Like, yeah, I limit his time, and I want him to get outside and exercise. I mean, you guys know me. You got to get your steps in every day. What's up, Bruce? But let's see. Let's say I have 9 kids, whole focus group, and they wouldn't reply to simple. Big family gaming. You're living up to your name, man. And yeah, I feel like when Tommy, I don't want to discount him, but at the same time, I feel like he might have been stretching it a little bit when he said, "Oh, we've had focus groups, and the focus groups say this, that, the other thing," and I'm just like, "Did you?" You know, I mean, just being real. What's up, LT John? I haven't made it very far in this video. I'm about halfway through. We'll get back to it.
Right.
Sorry.
Now, what would you want to buy a separate game console just to have a party night?
All right, Grumpy.
Friends?
Thanks for stopping by.
Very,
Brian Trusty, what's going on?
Niche audience. And furthermore, they say the game console comes with Intellivision games pre-installed with them.
This is when I grab the game, right?
$150 for this console, for basically what amounts to something that plays Intellivision games. And people might say,
well, that's weird too. What did I just say there? It comes pre-installed with Intellivision games? Was that one of the original promises? That was something I completely forgot about. Because I got the Intellivision Lives compilation on GameCube behind me there. Did they make a promise to people saying that it was going to come with all the Intellivision games on it? I vaguely remember them saying that. But then that's another one of those things that just kind of dissipated. Oh, self-roasts are the best kind.
well, I want to relive the past of my Intellivision games because I was one of those kids that grew up with Intellivision.
Okay, there's going to be a... Supposedly, Alfred. Again, that's one of those I'll believe it when I see it things. And I'm sorry if I sound like a dick saying that, but it's like, prove it. Because when I played the Intellivision, I didn't see any of the original Intellivision games, nor did Tommy ever talk about those with me. So maybe in a future update after they release the console, if it ever comes out. But I never saw him.
Well, let me tell you guys about something that already exists. Intellivision Lives, made by CRAVE Entertainment. Over 60 games in this compilation, And it's on the GameCube, the PS2, tons of other consoles.
It's on the Xbox as well.
Xbox.
Yep.
It's everywhere.
What's up,
and
Legend?
If you want to get it on eBay used, it's $6. You want to buy it
What's
new,
up, Happy Amico
it's
Day?
about 15.
And Q
Brand
flat.
New. And people might say, well, I don't have those other game consoles, those older things. You can buy a PS2 for like $20 to $50, depending on where you look for it, or a GameCube for around $40 to $50.
This is that's transitory. That's 4 years ago, so keep that in mind. Prices have risen quite a bit. Hey, Gamer Thumb. Honestly, what they should have done is make their comeback as a publisher. Yes, yes. I cannot add to that. That is literally the direction they should have gone. I said that to one of my buddies the other day. I was like, they went too big, too fast. They should have started off and proved themselves on a smaller scale somewhere else, made money with that, and then used that to fund whatever project that they were thinking of doing, instead of just being like, oh, we got this. We got 8 million years worth of experience between these 65 people working here, you know? But it is what it is.
Controllers. So for somebody to want to sell a console with no games that have been announced yet, saying that there are no ports, these games are going to be all original titles, why would you buy it? What incentive is there? You can already go out and buy a PS4, Xbox One, or Nintendo Switch for relatively similar pricing.
I like how I said relatively similar pricing. Back when this was 150 to 180. Now that this is like 300 to 350, if that even happens, which we all know is this thing's DOA if it comes out anything past 250. I mean, even think 250 is DOA. It needs to be under 200, and even that is a stretch. But I watched the Stop Skeletons from Fighting Zebo video. And they knew that thing was DOA when they launched it, but they had to launch it because they already made them and have everything set up, and it was already way overpriced, and they knew it was going to fail and fall flat on its face, and they already announced price reductions in the future, so why did people buy it at the beginning? That feels all too familiar with this situation.
Well, this is the same issue that happened with the Atari VCS, where they're selling it for like $300, and I was like...
At least that came out. Oh, that's a good O-face right there. Let's just appreciate this. All right.
Who's gonna buy this? What is the target market?
Reggie!
Too much money for
What's up, Reggie?
able to do. And while Tommy Tallarico, the guy behind making the system, from what I understand,
what they
is
say,
an awesome guy. I've never.
I mean,
never met him personally, but all the interviews I've seen, all the conversations he's ever had with people, seems like a very down-to-earth, legit person, and I wish him nothing but the best with this console launch.
Man, I knocked this video out of the park. I was supposed to roast myself. I think that comes any videos after this one. This one's pretty fucking spot on.
But with that being said, it just seems crazy to me. Honestly, if you were going to tell me that this was announced on April 1st, it would be a joke. That is plain and simple. If this was April 1st and they played this trailer for you, how many people out there would really think this was serious?
149, lie.
Think about. If something strikes you as an April Fool's joke when you hear about it, that doesn't really bode well for its future prospects. Now,
okay, what do they say here? Updated graphics. Okay, I guess Finnegan Fox is what they're going with that. Audio. Well, I mean, it's newer than the old Intellivision, so I guess the audio's improved. Added levels. I heard that they were adding levels to Finnegan Fox. Cannot confirm that. Multiplayer modes, that is true. They did add multiplayer to all the single-player games that were coming out for it. Online multiplayer modes, nope. That is not a part of this console at all. Nor, actually, when I talked to Tommy about that, that was, like, never on the table. That's interesting that they put that in the, like, trailer, the launch trailer for this. Because that was never, as far as I know, even an option. That's fascinating. Plus, 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 and more. So, yeah. But wait, there's more!
On to a couple of the bullet points that I talked about earlier as far as what this thing's gonna be able to do. $3 to $8.
Yeah, Q-Flat, the reason they said that is because Intellivision has to give them a date, and Intellivision informed their consumers they're aiming for Q1 2022. So that is the last day in Q1. So that's just a placeholder date, which, I mean, is obviously going to be missed. And Intellivision still has not updated their website or books to say that. And we're literally 6 days into March right now.
$8 for downloadable original unique games on the system. In the age we're living in right now, that's a lot of money for a downloadable title on something like an Intellivision. There's no market for it as of right now, and if you're trying to create a market, that's a really high price point to start at. I would almost say they should say $1 to $8, because that would make it more of a mobile phone market, and people, the casual audience, would be more willing to spend $1 on these titles. But going up to $3, up to $8 for downloadable titles on a console that's going to be costing you $150 to $180 on top of that, plus tax, it just seems like a lot of money. The main thing I want to focus on is how they're talking about...
Look at this. I love this. 21st century 2D chip and architecture. They don't even have a board picked out yet. We're now, 4 years later, and they still don't have a board picked out, but they're advertising what they want as their board.
This system...
Jeff, and you gotten any threats? No, I haven't. I've just gotten blocked by a whole bunch of them. Tommy should do a 48-hour Twitch stream with Amico to raise money for Amico. He's probably just... Honestly, Wooly Will, I've heard worse ideas. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep. No board. Nope. No board. They have, from what I understand, they have boards in mind, but they have not purchased them. So... no board. By the way, Smash, I had no idea they were working on Earthworm Jim 4 until I saw a video, so I learned something from your video. Oh man, that was like a big thing. I'm surprised some people missed that one. I ain't scared of no cartel.
We'll do 2.
Hey, Chris Darker!
PS4 and Xbox One, or as they say in their bullet point, the PS5 won't be able to achieve.
That was another thing. Like, this initial, like, reveal trailer, I keep calling it the launch trailer. This reveal trailer, they said crazy shit like, it's going to be able to do stuff that the PS5 can't do. Talk about pulling stuff out of your ass. Holy shit.
That's kind of big words, because first off, the PS5 hasn't even been announced yet. We don't...
I love how I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, that's kind of big words, seeing as it hasn't even been formally announced yet. Don't worry, it's gonna be superior to whatever the next thing they're making is. That's funny. Yeah,
we
that's
don't
funny.
know the architecture of the system yet, and they're already saying it's going to do it better than that. Which
I'm literally just calling out. This is before I knew anything about them. I'm literally calling out a blatant lie. Like, flat out lie. Red fucking flag city from this company. Red flag. That is a straight up lie that they pulled out of their ass to get people to pay attention. No wonder Review Tech Rich is so pissed off at Intellivision. Like, when I go back and look at this stuff, I'm like, how can people defend this stuff? Super Nintendo, what's going on? Hey, Goblin, you here?
you can't do that. You can't make a claim about something that doesn't even exist yet and say this does it better than that thing that doesn't even exist yet, because we don't even know what the system architecture of the PS5 is. Sure, it might be 3D render based, but you don't know if Sony's going to do something with a 2D architecture.
That's so true. Like, they had no idea. Yeah, what's up, Goblin?
Yeah,
Alex, yeah.
In the back work of the PS5 to see if it could make something of this? Because
Yeah, Gamer Thumb, this was my initial take. My first
take.
take.
Anything about that? So to make that claim, that's a very shady area to go in. Very gray. I would not have done that if I was the marketing team. As far as the ratings are concerned for this, keeping the previously announced 7 out of 10 plus requirements, who's going to be doing the ratings? And
I wonder
going to be
who
Intellivision company,
these
which
people. Hold on a second.
7 out
Hold on a second. Let's. I'm trying to think of how I can do this without. Give me 1 second here, guys, because we need to research this stuff. This is. Are they still at the company? Jason Enos. LinkedIn. Let's see. Intellivision. Okay, hold on 1 second, guys. Yep, he is still vice president of production at Intellivision. Although he is also currently working at ENO7 Consulting presently. So he's not just... This is what's crazy. He's not just working at Intellivision, and he's literally the VP of production. You'd think that would be his only job. Let's see, who's the other one?
this, keeping the previously announced 7 out of 10.
Perrin Kaplan. VP of Nintendo of America. And it doesn't show any information, but that's her. She is she is VP of Nintendo, not Intellivision.
10 plus requirements. Who's going to be doing the ratings? And if it's going...
Let's check this one. Sorry guys, this stuff really interests me. Llewellyn. That's Llewellyn. So, hold up. Let me bring this on screen here. Okay. So this is Beth Llewellyn, who on the Intellivision, this is public relations. On her LinkedIn, she works at Zebra Partners. So I guess they're taking into account, like, they pay Zebra Partners and she's their contact person that would be their PR. I don't know. I don't think she does, but anyways. Yeah, we're digging up some dirt live here, guys. Sorry, the Smash JT and me just can't resist.
Going to be the Intellivision company, which is what it sounds.
This is another red flag. Quality control. Blue Sky Rangers gold seal of approval. Our internal company is going to review our games made internally to let you know that they are quality games. I guess they're trying to go with the Nintendo seal of approval, but they took it one step further, saying what they say, 7 out of 10 minimum. Like, another flat out lie that people just believed. I just believed.
It's like reading through this. I could see a little bit of bias showing up there if they want to make sure these games get pushed out. If they're struggling a little bit, sure, give it a 7 out of 10.
Yep.
Close enough to being good. You know, that doesn't really mean anything. So to say that they're only...
I feel like this guy who I'm talking about is me, because we're saying the same thing. Weird.
going to be putting quality games out there. It kind of harkens back to the Nintendo seal of quality on the games that they were releasing on the NES, where there were some pretty crappy...
I literally just said all this. This is how much I remember from making this video.
So
I totally forgot about all this.
Guaranteed quality doesn't mean anything if you're the ones rating it. No ports available is something that's really crazy to me, because that could open up the gates to a lot of other games.
And the crazy thing, I think this video only got 2,100 views on it. 2,155. This is like one of my best videos about Intellivision, and it didn't get the views because I wasn't a big channel back when I made it. That's the true tragedy of YouTube there.
This console and giving it some potential for success, but by saying it's only going to have original titles only, it really limits the audience.
I hope you are too, Coolity.
Extremely niche, wanting these games from Intellivision, and completely cancels out the casual broad audience that you say you're going for in the first place. And the remakes of classic games,
Yeah, Super Nintendo, for sure.
Audio, added level,
Coming 10/10/2020, guys. Mark your calendars.
local and multiplayer, and more. That's great, but it
No
also
DLC or in-app purchases, unless they remake these games on the phones to have in-app purchases and freemium and all that. Thanks, Goblin. I appreciate that. I used to put a lot more work into it back when I had the time to. And ironically, that's when less people watched me.
there will be no downloadable content on these games.
Well, you could put out a community post and be like, wow, this video aged well or whatever. Yeah, I could. I don't know.
That is really not something I'd want to tell people, because there are some games that I actually want DLC for. If there's a game that's really fun and I want to play more of it and have added levels in addition to what come with
See, that's another thing. That's a great point. Like, I was like, okay, you just make this blanket statement of no DLC. But what happens if, like, you have a game like Biplanes and you want to make new levels to fly around on? Nope. What you see is what you get, and that will forever be Biplanes, and it's never going to change. That's just... I feel like they were just trying too hard to be right with their marketing.
with it. DLC is not always a bad thing if done right. So at the end of the day, it feels like all these bullet points are just kind of quick notes that they're trying to go off trendy topics that people are saying what they actually want compared to what the reality actually is. Yes, people don't like microtransactions. Yes, people don't think DLC is always necessary. Yeah, they want some inexpensive downloadable games. But I can't help but thinking that this game system and all the games going on it would be better served as a platform to use on the PS4, on the Xbox One, on the Nintendo Switch, where you can get these games on those consoles that people already have and are already in their houses hooked up.
See, this was the biggest thing is when I met with Tommy and he was like, no, Smash. See, you need the controllers. The controllers are what make the experience transcendent and changes, all this, marketing fluff stuff that he said. And I'm like, okay, gotcha, cool. And then you read stuff like, oh, they actually might ditch the controllers. Oh, they might actually just put these games on mobile phones. Oh, they might actually just put them on other consoles. So the controllers weren't that important, is what you're saying. So which one is it?
An entirely new console just to play
Hey, video games lover.
For the price point.
Thanks, Prince.
It's crazy to me. Now, there will be some people out there saying, hey, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Yeah, but that's my concern with this whole situation. Nobody's going to buy it because nobody's going to want this in their lives. I like the idea of this, but it just doesn't make sense when you play it out. If you need a specific controller to allow you to play these Intellivision games the way they
Brad,
be played,
you're right.
But then you say you can actually use your phone as a controller, why wouldn't you just allow people to do that like the Jackbox Party Pack games allow you to use your phone to play those games on the actual consoles that are available right now?
That was the other thing. It's it comes with two controllers, but then you can use your phone to connect if you can't find your controllers or if you have additional people. And it's like, well, do they have a disadvantage? No, they don't have a disadvantage. It's just that's just so you don't need to buy more controllers. Okay, so if they don't have a disadvantage, why do you need the other controllers in the first place? Just so much conflicting information just to pat people on the back saying it's okay, just go along with this instead of questioning stuff.
Having your own unique console to make these games at that price point ultimately just doesn't make any sense to me. And that's my honest take to this. Again, I hope it's successful for the world of video games in general, but ultimately, I see this falling flat on its face. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this Intellivision Amico. Do you feel like it's going to be successful or not? Do you think you're going to buy it? Do you feel like it's way overpriced? Do you think I'm ridiculous with my complaints about it? Let me know and let's have a conversation about this down there, and I'll see you guys in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.
That's before I said you stay smashing. That's how old this video is. I said, and have a good one. That was my sign off. And riggedy diggity doo. Oh man. Oh, my Patreon link's still here. How about that? But yeah, that is my initial take of the Intellivision Amico, and it is by all accounts perfect. It's a perfect take. This is not roasting me at all. I need to start talking about the other videos to start roasting myself. Like I said at the beginning, though, I hadn't watched this video, and I wanted to do it live with you guys so I could like do a live reaction of like what my initial thought process was with this before I moved on to talking about the other ones. So yeah, that is my initial take. That's pretty crazy though. And just think, like, my mindset completely changed after I met with Tommy and played it. And the combination of using the controller while talking to him and just getting his perspective, I was like, okay, I gotcha. Okay, I can see this. It's still going to be a tough sell, but I gotcha. And that was back when it was $150 or to $180 or $190 or whatever. And that was too high at that point. But yeah. Anyway, what do you guys want? Should I do some more? I'm about to have the family come in here. Should I do another one or should I end the stream? Wait, we got 100 people in here. I should probably do another one, right? All right, I'm like, I didn't expect this to be that many people in here, so. Yeah, Cody. Same here. I made the video, man, and I vaguely remember making it, so. Yeah. Well, I mean, SGR, a decent used car last year. Nowadays, who can get a car for under 10 grand? All right, Cody. Let me see what I can find here. Let me bring up my next one. One second. Content. Amico on Smash JT. No, not that one. Oh, filter. Here we go. I was looking in the wrong place. Okay, I'm not. Yeah, actually, this one would make sense to go over. I'm not going to go over the interview I had with him, but I think that would make more sense than anything. Let me bring it over here. Give me 1 second. No, I don't even have a playlist. I didn't care enough, dude. Like I just searched by Amico, and I have more Amico videos on my channel than I know what to do with. So I just go to oldest and go from there. Hold on. Before I press play, let me refill my wine. I'm going to need it for this. Trust me. All right. And we're back. Okay. Where was I? Okay, so Intellivision Amico creator Tommy Tallarico responds with update. Is Pat and Ian still riding the hate train? Oh yeah, they are. They are. Not only, here's the thing with Pat and Ian too, which it's totally on brand for them. I've said my apologies. I do eventually want to live stream my reaction to my videos, just really leaning into them. And hey, GOTG, you can always drink wine with me. Just, I mean, get some wine. Let's drink. Let's chat. What's up? But yes, someday, some glorious day, we will meet up, and it will be amazing. Yes, this is beer wine. Sorry, it's the only kind of wine I know, or the only kind of beer I know. But someday I want to live stream the Pat and Ian stuff, but they refuse to. And here's the thing I've learned too: is you don't. Nobody owes you an acceptance to an apology. Like, I apologize to them, be like, you guys are right, I was wrong, and I'm sorry for the things that I said that might have been a little bit over the top. Which I mean, I watched a couple stuff, and I'm like, I never was too bad to them, but it was all in good fun. And their reaction is, we don't forgive you, ever. So, get a life, loser. Or, I'm paraphrasing. I'm like, these guys, they're assholes. I think everyone knows they're assholes. That's kind of their shtick. So I think if they weren't assholes, people would be like, that's kind of weird. That's not on brand for you. So that's true. Pat did give me a birthday shout out. Where? Hold on. There's my OCD ADD kicking in right now. I'm like, if I could find that birthday shout out. Give me 1 second here. Shellcott, thanks for the sub. Birthday. Pat the LES Punk. Oh, is it still up? Oh my god, this is amazing. It's still up. I thought he would have taken it down. we gotta watch this.
Hey, Jeff, happy birthday from Pat Contra.
Oh, cheers, Pat.
Special day. I don't know how old you are, but I know it's going to be a great day.
40. I'm 40.
To celebrate with your family and friends, hopefully. Grab that Carvel ice cream cake with the chocolate crunchies.
I do like
that. If you don't
that.
have a Carvel ice cream store around you, probably might be one in your supermarket. Grab it out of the freezer section right there.
Yabba do.
Thanks for the support. I hear you love the podcast and you listen to every episode.
Everyone.
And you love telling everyone you know about the podcast.
I do. I'm a super fan, Pat. I am a super fan.
And I hear you
What's up, OCG?
My opinions remain consistent throughout the years, and I don't back down.
You don't.
Like the Tom Petty song, which I do appreciate that. Part of that is just being a stubborn man. Maybe a little bit being Italian, stubborn Italian.
Yeah, I can relate. I can relate.
I do appreciate that. I try to stick to my guns when it comes to these issues and remain consistent. Because at the end of the day, all you have is your integrity, right? But enough about that. It's your birthday. You're going to stay consistent, having fun, and celebrating another spin around the sun, as Frank would say.
My cheeks hurt every time I watch this.
Well,
it's a classic.
Hope you have fun with your friends, including Paul, who may have got this cameo for you.
PK.
I'm glad you're doing well. Glad you have another birthday to celebrate, and hopefully you can tell your friends about more CU podcast adventures. All right?
Of course, I tell everyone,
Take care.
Pat.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Pat. I don't know where I'd be without you. I appreciate the kind words. Oh man, that is gold. That is gold. You guys really knocked that one out of the park. When I got that on my birthday, I know it's like just like a what's the word? Just something you do for someone. Like, oh, that was nice. It was like one of the best gifts I've ever gotten, and I mean that. because it was so sentimental and so funny. It was just so perfect for the whole situation. A certain NES guidebook promo, I probably missed that channel. No, that was a cool. Like, here's the thing. I think Pat likes to put on a persona as being a hardo. I don't think he really is. I think he's probably just. I think he's an introvert that doesn't like to converse with people, so he puts on this front that he's a hardo. But I think ultimately, maybe I'm giving him too much credit because he's been nothing but a dick to me. But at the same time, I'm like, it's on brand for his shtick, and I know plenty of people like him. And at the end of the day, they got to sleep and go to sleep at night. And if they can sleep at night being the way they are, more power to them. I like to try to sleep a little bit easier. But sometimes that gets the best of me and makes it harder to go to sleep because I care and have, compassion for people. Oh my God, 100% worth the cost. Yeah, amazing. Thank you guys. And I'm sure he found out about it. It was probably like, oh my God, I can't believe that. Exactly. The name is very applicable for him. Hey Jeff, did you like it when I exposed that you used to sell people worthless clothes? Pac, you didn't expose that. I literally made a video telling people that. What was the video that I did? Like, this is the thing. Like, don't be a douchebag. Like, why do you come to the stream and like try to pull one over on me? Like, you like the fact that I exposed the fact that you used to do. Yeah, I used to have a job where I used to sell college degrees to people, and honestly, it was kind of tacky, and I felt kind of dirty doing it. It was really good money, but at the end of the day, it was. Some people it helped for sure. And other people, it probably wasn't the best thing for them. But at the end of the day, it was people. I always thought school was better than not going to school. So it is what it is. But no, that's not a gotcha moment, OPAC. Don't you realize that those poor people are still struggling financially now? Oh, okay. So they shouldn't have gone to school? They should have just worked at McDonald's or like I worked at a trade school. So like this was a school that would like prepare people for jobs. So I just, it's such a weird angle to take to try to make me out to be like an evil human being. It's like, no, I would agree with you that there were some people where school was just not the right option for them, and that I would tell them that it was. And it's up to them to change their mind and be better at life and work harder and make something of themselves. Even though I could probably assume that they wouldn't do that, that's on them. It's so weird. Yeah, I mean, those degrees were a con, and you worked at multiple fraudulent colleges. They literally were fraudulent colleges. Okay, so call the police department and shut them down. It's such a... Why are you so angry, OPAC? Why are you so angry, man? Like, what... And just for the record, you're not getting to me. I literally, like, feel for you. Like, I could only imagine your own personal life situation where you're trying to make someone feel like their life sucks by trolling and talking about their real life jobs in a comment section. Congrats, man. Congrats. Yeah, Reggie, I definitely do. Just ban him and be done with this clown. Yeah. No, I mean, here's the thing. I like to feed the trolls every once in a while to let them know just how completely bad their life is, and just make them realize, like, this is what your life is. You're literally living to try to make someone feel bad about literally going to work every day. And it was an honest job. Like, I would go in, I would have interviews, I'd meet with people that inquired about school, and I'd tell them why the school would be either good for them or not. and go from there. They probably have honestly, like the way he's talking to me, he actually reminds me of some of the types of people that would come in and just be complete deadbeats in life. I work for a call center selling useless services to credit card holders. So what? A lot of people have shitty jobs. Thank you. Thank you. I used to work at a call center for Blue Cross and Blue Shield health insurance, which, by the way, I'll be the first to admit is one of the biggest scams going right now. But it was my first job out of college. The only people that would give me the time of day to get a job like that paid well. It was such a scummy work environment, working in insurance, but I did it. What's up, Ryan? Castlemania in the house. I hear you're selling new games now. That's pretty awesome, dude. Speaking of scam colleges, I almost fell for the coding boot camps. I think I'd be better off learning on my own. Yeah, I tell people too, like coming from a guy that used to work at colleges, like if you are self-motivated enough, all the information is available for free online. Like research it yourself and prove yourself to the jobs that you know it. Especially when it comes to tech-centered stuff. A lot of the industries I've worked in since, they don't give a damn where you went to school or even if you went to school. But if you can pass their tests of the tech that they want, you're hired. So it's more of a passion thing for people. College is a scam, tons of cash for degree and wind up in completely different job. Yeah, no, Hot Rod, I'm definitely not disagreeing with you. College can be a scam for a lot of people. What's up, Jeff? Also, to me, college is a big scam in general anyways. Yeah, and I have a bachelor's. I have a bachelor's too. The best thing I got out of going to college was the friendships, my lifelong friendships with my roommates and college friends that I had. And just the life situations, the reality that you live through in the dormitories and just the different situations that come up help shape you as a human being far more than the textbooks and the classes. And that's something I think is pretty underrated. Anyways, let me start this video. I'll let a troll completely take me completely. Did he leave or did someone block him? Because I haven't seen him comment for a little bit. Marceau, what's going on? Marceau, one of my favorite newbies to the YouTube world. Very, very good dude. Better off working your way up the career ladder. Yeah, I mean, just be careful working up the career ladder because I've been effed over by some companies that made some promises that never came through with it. So a lot of it's luck. I think, well, exactly. I like conversing with people just to see where they go, what they got on me. And I'm like, oh, that's the best you got? That I used to work? That's what you got on me? Okay. You win. Congrats. Here we go. Hat watching. There we go.
Guys, welcome to another episode of Smash JT. Now, you might think...
So I think just some precursor for this video. I think Tommy responded to me after I made that video. But we'll see. Yeah, I totally got exposed. Exposed. Shellcod, so I'd like to apologize for mocking comments that I've made in the past. Hey, I appreciate that, but don't worry. Like, I think that's why I engage with the trolls too, because I feel like deep down, everyone's a human being, and not that I'm going to make everyone like me by any stretch, because I know that's impossible, but I like to try to at least relate to people on a human-to-human level. Like, come on, man. Let's be real here. You still have the hammer? I do. I'm mini Ferrari. Yeah. But I believe this was Tommy reacting to my video and reaching out to me. We'll see. Because I haven't watched this since I published it in 2018. I don't remember this at all.
Making multiple videos on the same topic, but I also don't like to waste people's time. So
this is me. I don't like to make multiple videos on the same topic. but I don't like to waste people's time. This is like 5,000 Amico videos later.
That's why I don't do it. This is definitely not going to be the last video that I make regarding the Atari VCS. What's happening right now with the Atari VCS? The Atari VCS is going
I used to put so much work into my editing. Oh man, I miss these.
down in flame. Okay, sometimes I do need to make multiple videos on the same topic to clarify with new information that's come to light. And since I made my previous...
And here's the thing, by the way, when you're a really small channel and you make multiple videos, at least back in the day when I did, I would be lambasted in the comments section. Being like, oh, you're just talking about this because you want to grow your channel. Is that supposed to be a gotcha moment? I'm so confused by that logic. I kind of do owe Atari an apology. I mean, they were complete dicks to me when I was reaching out to them, so I was just like, okay, I'll be dicks back to you guys. But I mean, credit where it's due. They followed through, came out with the system. Yeah, it's a piece of shit, an overpriced PC, but with a sandbox mode. But they came out with the console, so that's more than we can say about Intellivision right now. Oh, 250. That's actually not too bad. Interesting.
previous video on the Intellivision Amico.
Right, Bruce?
Rico himself actually
Okay. Whoa. He wrote this comment in my last video. Oh my god. In patented Tommy fashion, he is correcting my incorrect and inaccurate statements portrayed in my video that I was 100% spot on about in retrospect. What's up, NSG? You're right. We should make videos not to be watched. Yeah, exactly right. Let me go make a video on how to sew, and I have no idea how to sew. I mean, I can do it, but not very well.
Commented, and it's pinned on my previous video.
So this is pinned. There are a lot of incorrect things and statements that you portray in your video, and although I certainly love to hear feedback, it's disappointing to hear folks talk about misinformation as facts. I'll keep reading. I don't have time to go through everything. I do, Tommy. I'll make the time. What's up, Hector?
Hey, Mommy.
I don't have time to go through everything. What's up, Austin?
My friend Diego's in my backyard to let you know, okay?
Okay, cool. Don't get hurt. I don't have time to go through everything, but I did want to point out a few important things. Just know that those bullet points that you read were from a negative message board and had a lot of misquotes and misinformation. Oh, he's talking about the Reset Terra article that I was referring to. Please check out our official press release on our website instead. Oh, Hector, man, I got it on DVR. You're killing me, man. But, yeah, I was watching the first half of that game. The Nets, man, Celtics look good right now. Let's count all the incorrect statements that Tommy's made. I can't count that high. It looks like great on my Crescenda. I have a handful of functional ugly PCs. That works for the Atari VCS. Don't get hurt. You yeah, the haters will hear that and be like, Smash GT is an awful father. He doesn't even care about his kids. He just lets them go out and play without watching them 24/7 as they're in their basement dwelling, never seeing or talking to a female in their life. Love the Tommy Cap words and smiley faces that clearly show his mental issues with insecurities and frustrations. I think Intellivision will come through. What's up, Blitzkrieg? You and PK in the universe have had quite the back and forth. Everything Tommy said... I got the kids running through the yard right now, and running through the house right now. Everything Tommy says is null and void since he has no console, and the physical products are nothing but scams since they are not usable. Q flat. Serious question. When Tommy does video games live, do you think he'll get heckled? Probably. What's up, Blitzkrieg? Completionist. How you doing, Derek? How many Jimmies have we wrestled today? Not too many. I mean, I got a feeling that Tommy's watching this without commenting. I got a feeling that there's some people in Intellivision watching this without commenting, and that's fine. I don't expect them to. But I'm sure by hey, shut the door. Thank you. Okay. But I got a feeling that I'm gonna be rustling their jimmies just by speaking the truth of how I feel about stuff. He won't get heckled because no one knows Amico. That's true. That's true. Anyone who is like mad at Tommy and hates the Amico, they're not gonna go to Video Games Live. So yeah, maybe not actually. Yeah, they're definitely lurking. So I will cheers to you guys. I know you're watching, and know that this hate is not directed at you personally. It's just me reacting to the situation that we're living in right now. Tommy is totally here, not just Uyamiko. You know, the funny thing about Tommy Uyamiko, I used to, just along with a lot of people that were anti the Amico, I used to just put them in a category of, oh, these guys are haters with no redeeming qualities and nothing valuable, no input, so I just ignored them. Thanks for the sub, Hunter. But after I watched a couple of his videos and trying my best to keep an open mind, Tommy Uyamiko is actually very sound, rational human being with some pretty deep insight that I highly respect. And I know he's not the biggest fan of me, but it's kind of like, I know Pat and Ian aren't the biggest fan of me, but I can still like respect some of the stuff they say, even though I don't agree with everything they say and how they say it. Question: if you could go back in time and Tommy offered the ride and visit to his home, would you? No, I would not go if I could go back in time. Like I said, I learned a lot from this experience where keeping my distance from the source would greatly assist. I'm not a fucking journalist, but just my rationale and ability to remain independent on my feelings about something. Ironically, one of the things that I got really frustrated about with Pat and Ian was they wouldn't take the time of day to go up and see the console. I even made videos calling them out, being like, you guys are just knocking the system when Tommy's saying, here it is, come play it. And it turns out that system was a facade. That system... Just remember, the wrestling jimmies is my phrase for all your shenanigans. Just remember, you're not anti or pro anything. You're forming an opinion based... Thank you. Yes, you said it better than I could. But what was I saying? Oh, about like Pat and Ian. And I was like, oh, it turns out that the console is just not what it was promised to be. And I still don't know what's inside of those dev units. I would love Intellivision to make a video, open it up and show people the internals and promise people that is the final version and that is what's being shipped. But I think we all know better at this point. I don't watch any of those anti-Amico channels. Too strange to me. This thing isn't worth the energy. Is that really Tommy? I was going to say, I don't really believe that's really Tommy. Tommy, if that's really you, you need to tell me something that only you and I would know, because otherwise I'm not going to believe that's really you. Because here's the thing. This is why I know it's not Tommy. Because I think Tommy would 1,000% reach out to me privately first and be like I have not gotten any messages on my phone. He would 1,000% reach out to me and be like, yes, I'm watching. Like, that's Tommy. I think I'd like to think that's where our relationship is at this point. The answer to most important question of who is going to buy this is very simple. and pointed out as one of our very important company pillars in the video and talked about extensively in our press release. Families. Now, looking back at that, I should have, like, red flagged that. Because I'm like, bro, I got a wife and 2 kids. I am your target market. And I think this idea is garbage. But I didn't. I was remaining open. Timmy Marceau, yeah, that's definitely a fake Tommy. I was waiting for another follow-up. You missed the point that non-gamers are a big portion of our target audience. Okay, so he's saying that families that are not gamers are the target audience to buy games? It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Which is most of the planet. That reminds me of Blizzard. You got a cell phone, right? And no, most people in the world do not have a PS4, Switch, etc., as you stated. Similar to what the Wii accomplished 12 years ago. Except our focus is going to be on all those non-gamers and families who purchased the system for Wii Sports and never really purchased another game because they weren't interested in Super Smash Bros. Or the next Mario or a Pikmin game. So, now here's the thing. I am gonna, give me a second here. Let me find it. Okay, I am gonna hide that Tommy Tallarico because he is a fake, and I don't want people to be confused or anything like that in the future if he comes through or something like that on this channel. I mean, it's funny, haha, but let's try to not do that because here's the thing, even if it's like Pat and Ian or something like that, I want them to extend the same courtesy to me if someone makes a fake account of me, which has happened before. And then I've had people come to me being like, I can't believe you said that. And I look and I'm like, oh, that's a fake account of me. Like, it's just, let's try to keep up the integrity of YouTube. Because YouTube certainly doesn't do a damn thing about it. So Tommy is saying that people bought a Wii for Wii Sports and then just didn't do anything else. So they didn't buy Mario Kart. Wrestling with Gaming with the $5 donation. Thank you. Keep up the God work, man. Is that a Freudian slip? Oh, he corrected himself. Thank you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. And completely off topic, though. Wrestling with Gaming is one of my favorite channels out there. So if you guys, I mean, he's got a check mark next to him, so obviously most people who know me probably know him. But if you don't, check him out. He's a great channel. Speaking of good edits, fantastic edits. Very well put together videos. And an all-around good dude in the community. So, yeah. Thank you again, Wrestling with Gaming. So Tommy is saying that people bought a Wii and stopped with Wii Bowling. But then, hey, I will cheers to that, man. I've been drinking too. So typos with my speech are abound as well. But Tommy's saying people would buy a Wii and then not buy Mario Kart. Not buy, like, Wii Sports Resort. Or, I mean, I'm trying to think of, like, the party game. Like, the Wii was literally the party game system. I've had way too much to drink to try to focus and think of them. But trust me, you guys all know the Wii has a lot of party games. And saying that people just bought the Wii for Wii Bowling is literally damning your system. It's like people are going to just buy the Amico for the 5 games that come pre-installed in it. assuming that those are on the level with Wii Bowling, which I'm going to say they're probably not. No offense. Oh, Marcel, you are not a mod? You are now a mod, Marcel. I'm going to say, it just made me accept what you wrote. I just gave you a wrench. Man, I got to give wrenches around here. No Swear Gamer, you get a wrench. Wrestling with Gaming, you get a wrench. I haven't given wrenches for a while. It's been a hot minute. Where was I, though? So, yeah, he's saying that Wii Sports is a glorified tech demo, and that's what people bought the Wii for, and then didn't buy anything else. But then those same people are going to go out and buy the Amico, and then buy all the games in the category on the store for, at the time, $3 to $8. Now it's way more. The logic makes no sense. I'm like, literally, I'm just like being real here and being like, again, not trying to be a dick. I'm just like, this is the reality. Here is what you're facing. Here's the competition, and you're choosing to ignore the competition to say that, yes, I understand that's competition. I'm choosing to willfully ignore it because my idea is better than whatever they have. Yeah, I just Oprah'd wrenches to people. You get a wrench. You get a wrench. I feel like the casual market already has what they need, though, in mobile gaming. Different times. No, it's true. It's true, Gamer Thumb. Let's see here. The iPad is the ultimate casual machine. Coming from a parent myself, I'll tell you guys, my kids, like, I struggle. That's the number one challenge I have as a parent, is to make sure I limit their time on the iPad, because that's all they care about, is watching YouTube videos and playing games on the iPad. They don't care about anything else. And I know that's not just my kids. It's the whole neighborhood. All the kids. They get together. They play Roblox together. They figure it out. Like, these kids are like 5 to 8 years old, and they've never had my intervention to assist them with figuring out joining the same worlds, multiplayer, and all that. Kids are smart. I feel like people without kids don't give kids credit enough, especially with technology. Kids are really smart. Oh, Castlevania Games definitely gets a wrench too. God, sorry, Ryan. Jeff, it's always been my personal policy to never erroneously adopt anything. Actually, the Switch was the last thing I was all in about, and I'm looking forward to getting that sports title. I'm really looking forward to that sports title too. Ironically, that Nintendo Direct with that Wii Sports reveal was the nail in the coffin for the Amico. I'm like, there it is. Like, that's literally, as family gaming goes, that's what the Switch needed, and it's got it. So why the hell, again, I am going to be streaming for 12 hours. I am so easily distracted. Why would anyone spend $350 plus, not under, but potentially more? Radical Reggie with the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Another, obviously, amazing channel. Everyone, I know pretty much everyone in here already knows Reggie, but gotta give him a shout out. You stay smashing. Smash JT. Thank you, Reggie. Here's the thing. I by the way, Reggie, just so you know, I had a private conversation with some people the other day, and YouTube is one of those, you got to keep your friends close, because you don't really know who people are on this, and I have a very limited group of people I'd consider close friends on YouTube, and I would say you are one of them. You are an amazing human being, and I'm so genuinely happy to call you a friend and be able to just chat with you. Like, you are a wealth of knowledge and an all-around good dude. So thank you for being you. And I'll stop being cheesy right now. I'm sorry. I just had to get that out. Where was I, though? So that Wii Sports game coming to the Switch, just the death knell for the Amico. the death knell. You'll make that 10K back in no time. Yeah, I'm already up to $10. I just need whatever that is multiplied to get 10,000. Is that 1,000 times it? 1,000 times $10? I think that's 10. That's 10,000. So I just need $10 donated 1,000 times, and I'm there. It doesn't sound so bad when you say it like that. Apparently, it doesn't go to the StreamYard's Intellivision Amico Idiot Fund because it's a YouTube donation, but whatever. Wii Sports for the Switch is a cash grab. I mean, how can you say that without playing it? Thank you, Cooler D, for checking my math. Appreciate you. How can you say that without playing it? I keep going back to that. Like, not to mention Mario Strikers. Where is the channel going post Amico, lad? I don't know, Hunter. I don't know. Talking about video games. Talking about life. I don't know. I talk about what I want to talk about. Everyone always wonders what's next instead of living in the moment of what's this, you know? Oh, Super Jeff! What's going on? Thank you for the $5 Super Chat, man. Jeez. Man, Super Jeff, I've known you for a long time too, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Another all-around good dude. He even has it in his name. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. It's funny how people were saying you're making Amico videos to make up the $10,000. People have no idea. Oh my God, Gamer Thumb. Oh my God. Yeah, preach, brother. It's hysterical. Thank you again, Jeff. Seriously, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I did very well in GameStop, but I also did very poorly in other investments. So I'd like to say I'm still up, but life ain't easy, you know. And I know for everyone it's not easy. I don't want to make it sound like everyone else is doing great. I'm sure everyone's facing their own challenges. So that's why I know it means a lot when people donate. So thank you. I've been subbed for 4 years. Pre-Amico, OCG, you've been around for a while, man. For men, guys. Crushing it on your oil stocks, yeah. Oh God. You know who else is crushing it is all the gas companies right now. God. No, I know, Gamer Thumb. I know. Like, unless you're pulling in like 100,000 plus views on every video and you're making videos daily, it's a challenging platform to survive on. So, yeah, when people, that's why I've always laughed at people that are like, oh, you shouldn't give donations to people, or oh, they have Patreon, that don't support them. Why? Like, if people want to, do it. It's not hurting you. Now, I would make an exception, obviously, that if people are like promising something for it and they're not delivering on that, then there's an issue. But if people just want to donate because they genuinely want to donate to someone, welcome to capitalism. That's a transaction. That's cool. Hunter with the Canadian $10, which I don't know what that is in USD, but thank you. Truth will win out, lad. The truth shall set you free. I appreciate it. But yeah, anyway, let me get back to this. Sorry, if you guys haven't noticed, I easily get derailed. To answer the most important question of who is going to buy this, it's families. That's our mission. You missed the point that non-gamers are a big portion. Oh, I already read this. So, Super Smash, the next Mario or a Pikmin game. I am e-begging, Prince of Fallen. I can't wait. By the way, there's got to be videos out there. I can't wait. There's going to be videos that be like, Smash HD's back to begging on stream. Here he goes. We knew it. We knew it all along. He's a loser. He's always been a loser. He just needs begging for money. Oh, man. And it's these people living their depressed lives in their basements that can't get anyone to care about them. It's sad. It's sad. But thank you again, Hunter. And Brian, thank you for the kind words to Hunter. See, this is what you need in the chat. It's good people just having a solid conversation right now. I miss this. Like, genuinely miss this. I wish I could stream more. But at the same time, I also have a family, and I wish I could spend more time with them too. So I feel very torn with life. Is it weird like you and Pat? Yeah, of course it's allowed. I feel like everyone thinks that me and Pat should like box or something or worse. And I'm like, I don't hold any ill will against him. He holds ill will against me. Clearly, he's made that readily apparent in his videos. But I mean, I just think it's just like YouTube banter. I look at it like with Lock PSB with a $5, and that goes to the idiot fund. Thank you, Lock. What's that say? You blocked. What did it say? You blocked my what? Did I block Lock? Hold on. I need to check that. He donated, guys. I need to check this because donation deserves time. Give me 1 second. You blocked my comments. Look, if I did that, it was totally by accident because I've always been cool with you. I'm sorry, man. I will... Oh, you know what could have happened is maybe a mod blocked you thinking that you were trolling or something. Because I'm like, I know you. I would never have... I'm like racking my brain right now. I would have never blocked you. Let me double check real quick. What is this? Settings, community, hidden users. Oh God, am I gonna find you? I have like a list of 1 million people. What's this? Mega Dan with the $10. Smashes the man. Contra. Oh man, I'll throw 1,000 if I box Pat. I would. I'm not throwing excuses out there. But hear me out before you start knocking me. I was throwing. I'm 40 years old, mind you. Okay, I try to keep in good shape. I was throwing trash out the other day, and I hyperextended my right arm. I literally cannot lift it past this point without pain. I don't know if I'm gonna need surgery. I don't know if I'm just being a big pussy. I don't know. It hurts like hell when I lift it higher than this. So if I were to box, I'd need to recover first because I am in no condition to do that right now. But Megadan is an amazing human being. I mean, anyone in here probably knows him too, but one of the good guys of YouTube. And someone who I genuinely enjoy our DMs between us. He's a really good dude. So thank you, Megadan. Seriously. Where was I? Looking for... Dude, you just need to stretch. I can't. I literally cannot stretch it. It hurts too much. It's genuine pain. Oh God, I have so many people blocked. This is hysterical. They're all like fake names. This is funny. I can't. I'm not gonna find Locke. I'm not gonna find you right now. I'm gonna have to do this after the stream because I don't think I can search. I don't think I can search for a name in this. Let me see. Does it show up? No, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this afterwards. Sorry about that, Luck. But yeah, thank you though. Hey, what's up, Plume? Long time no see. Sometimes I watch this Amico drama stuff, then my wife walks in the room extremely confused about what I'm watching. Plume, here's you want to hear funny. So my wife walks in the room and she's listening to me listening to other people talking about it, and she's like, is this that damn Tommy Tallarico stuff again? Like, God, I'm like, hold up. You're watching like all this garbage drama on MTV and whatever. Finbar, thank you for the sub. You're watching literal garbage on TV with like The Bachelorette and all this fake manufactured drama with everything else. And I'm like living it, okay? It's way more exciting if you're living it. You're watching someone else fake it. This is fun when you're a part of it. I mean, come on. My God, my wife is the same way. No one truly understands it. It is the what do you call it? The blob. It will just consume you if you allow it to. Where was I on this? So,
Have a banana?
yeah, you can have a banana. What are you Donkey Kong?
No.
Donkey Kong likes bananas. Hey, can you guys get out of the garage? Because you're kind of loud.
Alright.
Thanks. Yes, I've heard of the Game Wave, and I understand that Genovi has 3 of them. It 100% BRG. It is the male soap opera. It's the gift that keeps on giving too, because it's like, what's gonna happen next? Who's gonna say something next that gets everyone all riled up? You know, it's funny. Anyways, back to this. I'm sorry, guys. I will eventually get through this video. I promise you. And if I don't, then just call me Intellivision. Comparing the original Intellivision Lives product to completely reimagined games is also incorrect. Okay, so that I'll agree with. Because I didn't really, when I made the video, I didn't understand that the original games were like going to be a part of the Amico, and that they were going to be making new games and stuff like that. But then again, knowing what I know now, I don't know if those games are actually, the original Intellivision games are actually going to be ported to the Amico, or if that was just one of the numerous promises they made that never actually came to fruition. So Tommy's correcting me here with information that may not. Isra Goo gave $10. Happy Sunday. Thank you, Isra. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. But that's the thing. It's like Tommy would say these things back then, but he didn't have the full picture back then. So how can he correct misinformation if he didn't have facts himself? He was the source of it. He was the source of the information, but he didn't have anything like completed. So it was just him saying, this is what it is, but it's actually, this is what we're trying to do. Not actually what it is. So what you're trying to do isn't the truth. It's just what you're trying to do. Also, okay, here we go. Big capitals. For the record, you said that we put out a bullet point saying we can do things the PS5 can't achieve. That is completely incorrect. What we simply said is that because of the way we are approaching 2D, our system will be much easier to program 2D games. No, that's BS still. I'm sorry, Tommy. This was before the PS5 launched. So how do you even know that unless you're a developer for the PS5? You cannot make that claim even back then. So you're correcting like the minutia of words. You're splitting hairs on the words, but what you're saying is still wrong anyways. And I gotta call it. I'm sorry. Will the Amigo games be worth any money even though there's no system to play them on? I was talking to some friends about this the other day. Reggie, here's why I do not think they will be. I don't know off the top of my head how many Amico games are made. I believe it was 25,000, maybe 37,000, something like that. And they didn't sell out. So however many they sold, 10,000 or 15,000, however many are remaining, that is, Intellivision owns those. So I don't know if they go through bankruptcy or whatever they end up doing, if that's going to be part of the filings that whoever buys them gets to keep those games or whatever's left over they get. I don't know how any of that's going to work, but my point being, those other games that are unsold still exist, and whoever owns them will hang on to them or liquidate them, whatever, and whoever buys them, someone will buy them in bulk and just hang on to them. And whenever these do start going up in price, somebody will just start dispensing them to make money off them, and that'll artificially keep the price down forever in our lifetime. So no, these games will not be worth anything in my humble opinion. But I have 2 sets of them, so I hope I'm wrong. But I'm just being real. Hey, Austin! Can you shut the door? I'm live streaming. Thanks. Yeah, you'll find them at $5 below. Well, I don't know how they could sell them. I guess as collectors stuff, but even then. Hey, Austin! Close the door now, please. Okay. Let me see. Where was I anyway? Sorry. They're going to be paperweights. Yeah, they're for hardcore collectors only, not to be made money on. What we simply said is the way we're approaching 2D is much easier, therefore making it easier and better console to program 2D games on. Someone then took that statement, made a bullet point, said our graphics are going to be better than PS5. Okay, but even discounting that, you can't compare it all to the PS5. Before the PS5, I think this was before the PS5 was revealed. But even if it was after it was revealed, before it was launched, before you've actually worked on it, you can't direct compare it. You can't say anything about it. You can't even go there. So whatever you're trying to correct, you can't even talk about that. If you're interested in getting more information direct from the source, this is where I went wrong, because if you're going to not tell the truth, information direct from the source is going to mislead the person that's getting the information. Funny how that works. I have no problem doing a live YouTube interview with you and having your followers ask questions as well. We have nothing to hide and have all the answers to all the things that you're concerned about. Looking forward to proving your will fail miserably title wrong. Me too, Tommy. Me too. All right, let's get back to this.
For anyone who actually wants to see this comment and take the time to respond to him, it is there for you. But what he said was, a lot is wrong in this video and I have misinformation, and he wanted to set the record straight. As I went through his comment, it looked like there was only a couple things that were a little bit off, and I wanted to make a video to let you know clearly that this is actually...
I have the music is up too high. This is back when I was still new at editing. Sorry, guys.
Find my first time around because when I was searching for it in Google search, their actual website...
Yeah, it is right, exactly.
The first 3 pages of looking. So maybe they need to work on their website optimization.
Well, hold on. What did I say there? I was reading the comments. I said something interesting. Hold on.
You know clearly that this is actually coming directly from the Intellivision Amico website, which I couldn't find my first time around because when I was searching for it in Google search, their actual website wasn't showing up in the first 3 pages of looking.
Oh, that's pretty embarrassing. All right, so here's the facts, the fact sheet that we were dealing with back when they were getting investments from people and or at least before they started asking for investments, just giving the information out there to get people to wet their palates for it. Price range $149 to $179. Wrong. Launch date 10/10/2020. Wrong. Software overview. Okay, all games family friendly. Oh, okay. Every game version is console exclusive. Debatable to wrong. Quality over quantity. All games must pass a strict quality seal of approval. That's useless. Balanced gameplay and design for equal opportunity gaming for all. Yes, that's true. Although the trademark on equal opportunity gaming, that was some people took that to task too. All games are downloadable between $2.99. Wrong. No costly DLC or add-ons or in-app purchases. Well, according to Nick Richards, if these goes to cell phones, wrong. Launch to include several... What, the audio of the video is too low. Okay, I'll turn that up. Sorry. Nothing to hide and all the answers, right? Classic NSG. Where was I? Launch to include several built-in, reimagined Intellivision classics. Pre-installed with every console. And over 20 games, including both reimagined industry classics and brand new exclusive titles via the Intellivision online store. There's something I wanted to talk about too. There's been games that I've played that they still haven't like talked about or said much about, that I've played, and they were in a playable form like 2 years ago. And I think that's pretty strange. I could go into detail on them, but I promised Tommy that I wouldn't say anything about them until they revealed them. So I will hold true to that promise. But I am telling you guys, there's more games that they have that felt completed. Maybe they weren't, but that felt completed, and they haven't shown them off to people still, which is just strange. But at the same time, they don't have, to my knowledge, I honestly didn't just subscribe to posts in chat. I have been meaning to sub for a while now, since you jumped the sinking ship. Been really liking the honesty in your videos lately, dude. Thank you, Finbar. I really appreciate that. Like, genuinely, thank you. And honestly, like, I just like the communication and the interaction with you guys, just to make sure that I'm not completely going insane right now, because my head's been spinning quite a bit with this whole situation. I hope they make another Earthworm Jim game for another system. Me too, Radical Reggie. Me too. Anyways, so back to what this said. So launch to include several built-in reimagined Intellivision classics. That's 5 games, but those are reimagined. And over 20 games, including both reimagined. So are those via the store? Okay, so the launch is going to have 6 games. Sorry, the 6th game hasn't been announced. And over 20 games on the store. And per Nick Richards, they have, 15 games complete? And this was supposed to launch 10/10/2020. And he just quoted 26 games right there. And we're in 2022 with 15 games. Wrong. Controllers. 2 wireless Bluetooth controllers, up to 8, compatible in connectivity with phones. See, that's the other thing too. Can you have 8 Amico controllers? Or are there only 2 that can connect and the rest have to be phones? Don't know. Interested though. They say you can do more, but again, that's what they say. Let's see. All this stuff. Yeah, that's all part of the controller. Yep. All that's accurate. Yep. I'm just checking it all. So the controller information is pretty much on point. But again, huge missed opportunity by having controllers not have much onboard memory, so you can't use them for individual games or take them on the go and stuff like that. I feel like that was a huge missed opportunity. That would have been really fun. 4 controllers max. Okay. That's interesting. Thank you, NSG. So, I mean, it makes you feel like you do 8, but, I mean, how many people are going to buy 8 Amico controllers? Well, actually, if it came out, I'd suggest buying all you can, because once they break, you're not going to get them replaced. Anyways, let's keep going.
So maybe they need to work on...
How's the audio on the... I'll turn it up a little bit.
That's my fault. I should have checked further on this.
Oh, there's more. Hold on. This one's important. Hardware and technology. This is from Intellivision themselves. State-of-the-art 21st century 2D image processing, and graphics capability. Okay, that doesn't give any information. Intellivision Prism, trademarked. Onboard interactive lighting technology. That is true. I've played it. I've seen the lighting technology, which has added a lot of complication to the launch. But yes, it does have interactive lighting that plays with the games, which is a pretty cool and unique feature. But again, if these games end up coming out somewhere else, they just get rid of that. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth Ethernet connectivity. I don't know if it has the Ethernet port anymore. I don't believe it does. I think it's just Wi-Fi now. HDMI video out. Multiple USB ports. I don't believe it has the USB ports at all. Like, I don't think it's any of them. Could be wrong, but again, it's going by memory. There's a lot that's changed over the past 4 years. So do we get to know about the box? I talked about the box in one of the Geek Getaways live streams. It's a cool box. I mean, I don't know how to explain it to people except it's a very high quality, high fidelity. You would think it's like a AAA console in the box. It's very, very pristine and nice. It does have one USB port. Okay, Bob. Thank you. See, I don't even know anymore. It's hard to keep track. But the box was nice. The box was very nice. I saw the prototype for it. They were still working out the kinks for it. So it wasn't like the final design. But it was nice. It was definitely nice. It's a box, man. Like, at the end of the day, it reminds me a lot of when you buy an Apple product. How when you open it, it's very just like it's like a magical feeling. Like, oh, that's cool. Like that's what the box feeling was. But I would hope it comes to retail just so people can see the box too, because that was one of the cool things about it. But at the end of the day, it's a box. If it ever came out, they would cheapen the box. That's one of the things I said to Tommy, and that's one of the things he was not really willing to cut back on. He really wanted a nice box. He was willing to spend the extra money on that. The box has an actual prototype. The system ... Yeah, good point. Let's see. System expansion interface. Reason why I'm so interested is that Tommy said the box was totally different. No, it's not totally different. I don't know. What does that even mean? It's a fucking box. It's totally different. It doesn't make you coffee in the morning if that's what you want. It's a box. It's cool. I don't know what else to say about it. It's way higher quality than what the system deserves to have. But I mean, if they're going for the pizzazz of blowing someone away when they first spend $350+ on a console, I mean, I guess you need a nice box for that. I don't know, man. He said it on an interview. Oh my God, Tommy said that on an interview? Oh, shocking. I don't know what system expansion interface is supposed to mean. Does that mean SD card slot? Because I don't think that's there anymore. So I don't think that's true. Intellivision online store for the ability to purchase additional software, multiplayer online gaming, instruction, multi-tier tournament play, time and space leaderboard system, which includes high scores by location and calendar. That's true, and I understand they're having a lot of issues with getting that working. Another one of the hurdles that they're trying to overcome, but that is something that they were working on. Trophy achievement reward system, which awards unique accomplishments to each player. I don't know. That feels like one of those empty promises too. He spent like 10 minutes hyping the box, and imagination went wild. Nah, it's don't get too hyped. It's a cool box, but at the end of the day, it's just a box. Reimagine games includes updated graphics, modernized audio, additional levels, multiplayer. Okay, television classics reimagine. Okay, here we go. Let's go through some of these. Astro Smash, yes. Shark, yes. Baseball, yes. Night Stalker, yes. I've had people ask me about Night Stalker, and if that's even a real game. Yes, it is. And the weird thing about Night Stalker, I might actually make an individual video on this too. The weird thing about Night Stalker is I played it with Tommy the first time I went up to play the Amico, and it was fun, and it played perfectly fine, and it felt like it was a finished game, but I only played it briefly, like for like 10 minutes type thing. So I don't know if what I played was literally like it, and maybe there was more they were working on. But there's a lot of people right now that are like, Night Stalker was a fake game, and they never actually made it. They just talked about it. Like, I can tell you guys straight up, Night Stalker is a real game. I've played it. It worked, and it was fun. So I gotta give credit when it's where it's due. It feels very sparse in this video, but Night Stalker exists. The weird thing about Night Stalker, though, is I haven't played it since, nor has Tommy introduced it to me or shown it to me since. And I've been up, I think, 3 times to Intellivision since that first time. And I've played other games, but I haven't seen Night Stalker anywhere. So it's just, I don't know, it feels like an unsolved mystery. It's like the case of Night Stalker. What the hell ever happened to Night Stalker? That was like 3 years, 3.5, 4 years ago that game was like ready to play and be done. What the hell happened to it? Your jaw is not hitting the ground. Orange Yoshi, what's up? No, my jaw never hit the ground. I like I said, I was wrong about my initial take when I was like, okay, this system is garbage. When I played it, I was like, it's not garbage. It's actually pretty fun. But then the reality hit of the cost for it and the development problems and the development hell it's gone through, and it completely changed everything. What's up, PK? You missed the Pat wishing me a happy birthday video. I would love to see Night Stalker come out to anything, honestly. That was a good idea. Yeah, and it was a fun game. And the walls were all like moving when you walk around. It was neat. It was really neat. Like it was definitely unique. You're in Intellivision royalty smash. You can walk right into Intellivision HQ and walk into Tommy's office and have a chat with them. I don't know if I surprise them at their offices. I don't know if they'd open the door. It's a locked door. I don't know if they'd buzz me in these days. Night Stalker never existed. You were drugged. That also is a possibility. Can't rule anything out. Skiing, yes, I've played that. Math, fun. Okay, I haven't played it, but okay. Snafu, don't know anything about that. Utopia, don't know anything about that. Frog Bog, I don't think I've played that. Boxing, nope. Bowling, nope. Triple Action, nope. Tron, Deadly Discs. Tommy's talked a lot about Tron, but I have not seen it. Cloudy Mountain, Crown of Kings, no, don't know about that. Star Strike, no. Horse Racing, no. Auto Racing, no. B-17 Bomber. Nope. These are games that I'm not saying no like they don't exist. I'm just saying no, I have not played them. So those are, like, this is from 4 years ago, mind you. And this is like live up to the moment where I'm at with these games, and I don't know the existence of a lot of these, and that's pretty concerning. Hey, dude, I'm live streaming. Yeah, I don't know where he is. got the neighborhood kids running around my house right now. And you wonder why I don't live stream, guys. Jeez. Time to put the kids in bed. I can stream. It's in California. It's literally 5 p.m. right now. That'd be a very early time. Atari Classics reimagined and remade exclusively. I think any game that's complete will definitely see a release after the assets are probably sold at auction. It'd be a shame if these games got mothballed. No, I agree. I think they'll make their way out. I doubt half these games were even in development. Half is a pretty strong word, but I would doubt if all of these games were. I would imagine some of these were ideas that they were planning, like, we'll get to those type ideas. Oh, you're on the East Coast, Cool D? Atari Classics reimagined, Pong, okay, Asteroids, Centipede, Tempest, Adventure, Missile Command, Yars. I have not seen or played or heard Tommy say anything about any of those ever in person. Imagic Classics reimagined and remade for Intellivision. Amico, Microsurgeon, Atlantis, Demon Attack, Dracula, Beauty and the Beast. Again, same thing. None of those ever happened. Pac-Man Case, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Another entertaining channel right there. So, as of just looking at this, we got the reimagined games, the Intellivision Classic reimagined. Some of those, yes. Everything else here is just as far as I know, is just an idea. None of this actually happened yet. Could be wrong. Just saying from my experience and what I've seen.
regardless of it, the bullet points I went
And what's annoying is Tommy was sharing this information to me as like, this is facts. And it's like, no, these are not facts. These are ideas. That's why Pat and Ian had such an issue with him, is Tommy would use ideas as fact.
through, for the most part, in my previous video are accurate. The one
Hold on
thing
one
that
sec.
I
Need a
said
refill.
that-
And someone's at the door. Probably another neighborhood kid. What's up?
Amazon delivery.
Oh,
That was over here?
is that really here?
Yeah,
Where?
I think they're in the backyard.
I'm still live streaming, but go ahead.
Can you finish, please?
Yeah, I'm halfway through videos.
Everly.
All right, I'm back. Oh man, that's funny. Tommy showed up. All right, let's see.
was a bullet point that actually was.
So he went through. Oh God, look at this.
What could have been a bullet point is not true. The whole 2D graphics are going to be better than the.
Wait, what do I
PS4.
say here? Listen to what I'm
One
saying.
thing
Let me
that I
rewind
said
it.
That was a bullet point that actually was just someone commenting of what could have been a bullet point is not true. The whole 2D graphics are going to be better than the PS4 and PS5 thing. Intellivision never said that, so I want to be clear about that and say I'm sorry to Tommy and the team there. That never actually happened.
Yeah, but the way Tommy clarified it was saying that they're still comparing it to the PS5. And I'm like, that still wasn't out yet. How can you even still say anything like that?
They do say on their website it's going to have state-of-the-art 21st century 2D image processing and graphics.
Words. Big words. That's all this is. State of the art. 21st century. 2D image processing. Capability. Like, words. Lots of words. What's this mean? What's the board? What's it look like? What's the specs? When's it coming out? Like, ugh.
Graphics capability, but nowhere in that do they say anything.
Tommy's
about comparing
revenge.
it to PlayStation 4 or 5.
Yar's
So,
revenge
Sorry
too.
for that misinformation. I want to set the record straight and let you guys know that.
See, here's the thing. You guys can tell the whole way through. I'm just trying to be like, here's the information that I'm given. Like, this is what I know, and Tommy's correcting me, but he's correcting me with his version. It's not like those are facts. Those are just he's spinning. This is spin. This is all spin.
I got this information from what I thought was a reliable source, and it ended up just being a thread in a community chat. So
This is me saying that Tommy, because he is the CEO at the time of Intellivision, is the reliable source. That this thread at Reset Terra is not reliable because they don't work there. But they were more accurate than Tommy was.
So, with that being said, everything else in my last video I still stand by.
Yeah. So I had two videos. I thought I only had one video where I called out the Intellivision. Interesting.
Now, Tommy did take me to task saying that when I said you can get the Intellivision Lives set on the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox, that this is not something you can compare to what the Amico is going to bring because they're going to reimagine what the Intellivision games actually are and bring them into the next generation of video games, whatever that means. So it is actually a little bit exciting to see that they're going to be revamping these Intellivision games into the
It's funny, like I can watch myself and what I heard from Tommy and see exactly how he spun everything. Just rewatching this. It's fascinating. Because I'm like, Tommy's correcting me about the Intellivision Live compilation, but the compilation is supposed to be a part of the Amico, but then we haven't heard anything about it since then.
modern era of gaming, and that I actually am a little bit looking forward to. Not gonna lie about that. As far as my concerns for who it's this for, which was my main
What's up, Robbie?
of the previous video, that all still stands. I still don't know who this is for.
I like how I stood by it even after Tommy reached out to me initially.
hope the best for the team. Like I said in my previous video, this thing could possibly be successful if it finds the right audience. I just, at this time, don't know who that is. Thankfully, they have about 2 years to figure that out.
4+.
And line everything up to maybe find a target audience for this. And the price point is kind of in no man's land. It's too high for the casual gamer, and
This is back when it was 150 to 180.
it's too low for the hardcore gamers that already have the PS4s and Xbox One. So I don't really know who that middle ground is right now, but that seems to be who they're going for. Now, Tommy himself also replied to another comment in a thread of my previous video relating this to the Nintendo Wii and how the Nintendo Wii was too...
What's up, Dan? Yeah, I gotta come full circle on this whole situation because I need to just put it to rest, and I need to learn from this situation. I'd be doing this offline, and I'm like, well, why not live stream it and chat with you guys about it? Because it's good to hear where you guys are at with this too, and what your thoughts are along the way. What's up, Herbors?
$250 when it first went for sale. A couple things I can say to that.
Let's read. You said $150 on a casual console is ludicrous? How do you explain the Nintendo Wii, which is the third biggest selling home game console of all time, 103 million? So he's automatically direct comparison from Tommy himself that the Amico is going to be the successor to the Wii. Or a direct comparison, at least. 103 units sold. Very well known that most of those numbers were from non-gamers and casual gamers who never bought another game outside of Wii Sports. So he's literally admitting here that he's going after a market that bought a system and didn't buy games for it because they realized they're not gamers. And those same people are now going to buy an Intellivision Amico and magically change their mind and start buying games for that?
Though is Nintendo has a very, very powerful brand. They have Mario behind
Yes, Nightbot, GME to the moon, indeed.
them. They have Link from Zelda.
Nor do I have any plans to
Metroid,
update that.
Samus, all these things they can bring into that to draw a crowd to it. Plus, their unknown brand and the first-party AAA titles bringing quality games to you that people can depend on time and time again, where Intellivision isn't really that. They have a very high-caliber, high-quality team of people working for them that they go over during their launch trailer.
I think these initial videos was where it should have ended for you. It still holds up today. You called out the red flags and it should have said avoid. I mean, I agree, but these two videos have 2,000 views each, Prince of Fallen. So, you guys would have known about it, and nobody else would have. So, now that I'm talking about it again, they're getting a lot more views and people are getting a lot more information on it than they were back here. So I hear where you're coming from, but you know, life of a YouTuber, are you gonna make a video or a couple videos and then stop because you move on to something else? I guess some people do, but. How much do you think it would cost to buy the rights to Intellivision? Oh, and you retracted it. I don't know. What? Probably whatever Tommy paid for it at this point. Yeah, I thought the Wii was overpriced at $250. I'd waited till the Wii was $150 and Mario Kart. Yeah, I mean, see.
For the Intellivision Amico,
Excuse me.
as far as the actual quality and first-party titles coming from Intellivision, ultimately, it's just a group of people that bought the rights to these Intellivision games. It's not necessarily...
Oh, I gotta see the profile shot of Tommy again. Sorry.
High quality.
That's fine. I think that's a good picture. A little too in the shadows, but that's fine. It's very intense. He looks like he's about to fight me.
Quality team of people working for them that they go over during.
Yeah, exactly, Travis. Those weren't really prevalent back then.
As far as the actual quality first-party titles coming from Intellivision, ultimately, it's just a group of people that bought the rights to these Intellivision games. It's not necessarily the original team that made the Intellivision. So, it's a little
Yeah.
bit of an apples and oranges.
Was that the red
comparison
Wii?
to the
That was the red
Now,
Wii
these
with this
controllers
Mario.
themselves will have
Well, there was
motion
another one
controls,
without it too, but...
force feedback.
Oh, whoa, whoa, who's that? That was Phil Adam right there. What was that?
Controllers themselves.
VP of Business Development. Let's see. 35 plus year industry veteran, founder of Spectrum Holobyte, president, CEO, VP of Business Development, Interplay Productions, and also part of the Coleco Chameleon. Oh, wait. They left that part out.
Will have motion controls and force feedback and a lot of similarities to what the Wii Motes.
Now, I met Steve. He's one of the employees there. Really good dude. Really good dude. Tons of passion for gaming. He was the guy that created B-17 bomber.
Had, but I keep going back to
Or no, Bill Fisher. Sorry. Confused him. That was Bill Fisher. But yeah, very good dude.
what I said in my previous video. The casual audience already has a Nintendo Wii, and if they want to get a system and they don't have a Wii, they'll go get one.
Just don't see the point of continuing after you say what you had to say. Flipping to Team Amico was clearly not the best move. Oh, okay. OCG, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate it. The Switch outsold because it was a home-style console with the accessibility of a handheld. All their good ideas from the last two consoles in one accessible package. Yeah, no, exactly. The Switch is an amazing console. Ring Fit, what's going on? I'm doing well. Whole Intellivision drives me nuts. Hope people move on to better things. Exactly. Ring Fit's one of the genuinely nice dudes and awesome comments. So thank you, man.
Used for like $50 right now.
There was a white OG as well. That's what I thought, Dan. That's what I thought. That's right. There were two. There's a red and a white.
A new system from a
The red one was $99, right? It did not have online capabilities, and it just came with Mario Kart.
brand that's unproven in the modern era is a lot to ask from the casual.
No, I know, LT. I know.
That
I
is
know.
still where my concern lies. Now, I will say
Thanks, OCG.
my expectations and hopes are a little bit higher because Tommy himself actually spoke to me in the comments section and is looking to figure out what we can do to get the word out about this system because he wants to make sure there's a positive PR going forward.
AKA, we need to spin this shit fast because it's not looking good after the initial debut.
That's a hell of a lot more than I can say about anybody else I've talked to when it comes to a lot of these shady
All right, Prince
devices
of Fallen.
that have
Thanks for
been
coming by, man.
popping up in recent years. And I'm looking at you, Atari VCS, and I'm also looking at you, Coleco Chameleon, or Ouya, or so many other companies that are trying to make these systems.
It's funny with the oh, Retro, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. I really do, genuinely. Thank you. It's funny looking back with the added value of hindsight and knowing what's transpired and being able to be like, I piled the Atari VCS in with the Coleco Chameleon, which was a fraud system, and the Ouya, which came out but never really succeeded at anything, and then At Games, which is still around and making junk consoles now, but gaining a reputation that they're able to do some stuff. So who knows? Maybe At Games will be the company that takes the Amico to market. It's not the craziest thing. It's just funny. Like I was thinking back in the day that Atari VCS was going to be in the same can as the Coleco Chameleon, not Intellivision. Well, actually, I did think Intellivision too, but
That are just, at the end of the day, ludicrous in the modern era where nobody's really asking for them and they're still bringing them to sell to you. So, with all that being said, am I excited about the Intellivision Amico?
Rogue Lyrics, I 1,000,000,000% believe that is the case. Yes. Yeah. I'm actually surprised I haven't really talked about that in a video in more detail. But yeah, that explains the whole going too big, too fast. That's the only explanation for it, is to be a buyout candidate. So yeah, 100%, infinite percent. It's funny to me how the government investigates what happened with people investing in GameStop, but this whole shadiness around the Amico, no, that's not important. Well, I mean, in the grand scheme, Ponzi schemes and garbage like this happen every day in different walks of life. So, just like anything else, it only gets eyeballs if a lot of people are involved with it. Hack Games does know how to manufacture stuff. They definitely do. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were one of the interested parties after this thing goes tits up to throw a bid into it. So we'll see.
Amico. Not really. I mean, honestly, it's still very early. There is still no known expectations, what kind of games will be coming out for it, first-party titles, or whoever's going to be creating.
You know, the craziest part about this is we're like 4+ years past this, or around 4 years past this, whatever the date is. And we're in the same spot we were 4 years ago, where we don't really know anything about it. And that's so sus, it's not even funny. Yeah, Finbar. And it's not impossible for both things to be true.
In the games, if they make something that's a crazy hit, a system seller, something that everybody has to have in their library, then that itself could change the entire landscape of the success for the system. But as it stands right now, seeing as they're dealing only with exclusive titles that are only coming out on this Intellivision Amico, they need something that's going to be not just a home run, but a grand slam. This thing has to completely knock it out of the park and win it, or else it's going to fall flat on its face. And without that being there, it is going to fail. So that's why I have concerns for it. Doesn't mean that it can't change. It doesn't mean they can't come out with that killer app, that killer title, that thing that everyone just has to have in their lives.
Get off
But
of my computer,
with that being
Daddy.
said, I also
I'm
look at how
hungry.
Nintendo and the Wii
Make me
kind
food.
of had its time in the sun,
Yeah, come here real quick.
and people have moved past the whole gimmick of the Wii. And I'm not really sure if this is going to be a
What is
similar
that?
gimmick style that the Wii had, but if that's the case, I feel like the casual
I
gamer has
said,
already
what
moved
is
on
this?
from that.
I'm
Maybe
live
I'm wrong,
streaming.
but that's how I feel about it. I keep going back to all these reimagined titles, all these games that will be coming out exclusively for the Intellivision
That's
Amico.
boring stuff.
Why aren't they just coming out for the current generation of consoles that are out right now? Prove to the crowds that are buying them that these games are so damn good that they can actually stand on their own and sell their own console. Right now, it's kind of putting the cart before the horse, where you're trying to sell people a system with games they don't even know what to expect out of, where these games could
Come
be
on,
played
make me
on the
food.
consoles that they already
Wait,
have.
your
in
baby's
their
almost
living
done.
rooms
Come on,
already.
make me food.
Okay, I will.
As a game maker first,
I'll go make you food right when it's done.
console, because
No!
that's putting a lot of
Stop.
faith in the buyers
Let-
that you
let
can
me
make these
food
games, you
now.
can bring them up to this
I'm
current
hungry.
generation,
Okay,
and make them
wait.
extremely
Make me
fun and
food
successful
now.
in order to justify the purchase
Why?
of an entirely new
Now.
console that's going to
Okay.
take up space in your
Why?
life. And maybe
Why?
I am coming off
Why?
Guys, I gotta make my daughter food.
because, like I said, I
She's
still
cutting this
have
short. We're so close to the end
the
too.
industry's concerned as far as this little guy being successful out there, because yes, in a weird way, Intellivision is the little guy in today's landscape. I want them to be successful, but at the same time, my hopes and expectations are so tempered because of all the other companies that have come before this and let me down in one way or another. Now, one thing Tommy does say in the comment section of my previous video is that this will not be crowdfunded. He has confirmed that, and that in itself is a gigantic weight lifted off my back going into this.
I mean that right there. Hold on a second. I promise. What do you want for dinner? You want spaghetti or chicken nuggets or mac and cheese? Chicken nuggets again? Okay, ready? Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes.
No!
5 minutes.
Okay, when that goes off, I'll make you dinner.
No!
Okay, then no dinner for you.
That's too long! That's too long, Daddy!
That's too long? Are you starving?
I want food now.
You want food now?
Yeah.
Okay, can I just say goodbye to everyone? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so this part is classic. We need to What? Yeah, I'm saying goodbye. Can I say goodbye to people? Okay. Can you stop rattling that in the microphone? People can hear it. This part is classic because completely forgot about this part. Completely forgot. We need to rewind this and just. This is classic. Sorry, hold on.
Now, one thing Tommy does say in the comment section of my previous video is that this will not be crowdfunding. He has confirmed that. And that in
Oh, God.
itself is a gigantic weight lifted off my back going into this because
Oh, man. Gigantic weight off my back. Thank God they're not crowdfunding this.
honestly, I kind of saw him going in the direction of, hey, we're going to announce this console, get some hype for it. We got a few investors together. And, oh, we don't have enough money to do it, but we got the hype there, so now we're going to go the route of crowdfunding.
Holy crap. I nailed that. Like, on point. Wow. The lie detector says that was a lie.
I'm very glad to hear that that is not going to be the case with this. An Atari VCS, you can take a lesson from this.
Oh, man. I am sorry, Atari VCS. I am sorry. Oh, my God.
And learn quite a bit on how Tommy Tallarico is running the ship over there in television.
Yeah, because he's totally not going to mislead us. Nope.
Gotta say, Tommy, I really appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to what you've got coming out of this.
So you wonder why I have to turn on you. You wonder. You, like, here, by the way, when you start crowdfunding, after you clearly told me, okay, my heart's at ease, you're not going to do that. And I invest in this console a year and a half ago, or a year ago, and then you say you're planning on it, and I tell you that's a bad idea. Do not do that. And then you do it, you wonder why I flip. You wonder, Tommy. Here's your answer. Like, literally, I hope you're watching, Tommy. I really hope you're watching, because this is a lesson for you, right here.
Rico is running the ship over there in television. Now,
One more time for you, Tommy. One more
I'm
time.
very glad to hear that that is not going to be the case with this. An Atari VCS, you could take a lesson from this.
Make me look like such an
Quite a
ass.
bit on how Tommy Tallarico is running the ship over there in television. I gotta say, Tommy, I really appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to what you've got coming out of this.
I have to, Finbar.
About the Intellivision Amico, does Tommy Tallarico talking to me in the last video
Right,
does that
Q-flat,
have any
right.
impact on your decision about what you feel about this system? And do you plan on buying one still? Let me know down in the comments.
Right,
As
Cooler D.
always, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.
Have a good one. All right, guys, you heard it. My daughter's hungry. I gotta go make dinner for her. We got the timer's about to go up, but yeah, if it was his own money, I would have trusted him. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he made me feel like that was what was going on here, and it couldn't have been further from the truth. And especially after I found out about the loans with the high interest rates that they're paying themselves back with. I mean, sketch to the max. I'm sorry. Like, watching these videos is actually kind of therapeutic for me. It reassures me of my actions that I took. Because I'm like, WTF? Like, how could somebody say these things to me and think that it's totally normal, totally cool, and no issues whatsoever? It's so effed up. And Tommy, nothing personal, man, but I hope you can at least step outside yourself and watch this and be like, I get it. If you're an egomaniac and can't take reality, then obviously I'm the bad guy still. But if you can step outside yourself and hear what just transpired right there, hopefully it's good self-reflection for you too. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Genuinely, thank you for hanging. We got 86 people still in here. Crazy good stream. That's the alarm. Alexa, stop. I got to go make my daughter dinner before she hungrily beats me up. But I'm going to stop it here. Much love. Thank you all for coming. And as always, you stay smashing.